All right, so we should have audio now.
Okay,
We have audio. I think we have audio, sir. Is this thing on? Is this thing? All right. Okay, so we're good to go?
We're good to go.
All righty. So we'll just do that.
And we're live.
And we're live. Hello, and welcome to the Odin Makes live stream. And hello to the early show to all of my lovely patrons who help support and make sure that my channel actually runs and does its thing. Appreciate it a lot, guys. Hey, how's it going? My name is Odin, and...
Hi, I'm Felicia.
And today we're going to continue working on the Proton Pack build. Yeah, and so... Hi.
Hi.
Are we...
You're in my spot. It's okay. There we go. Much better.
Oh, okay, that's better. That makes more sense. That seemed really weird.
I was just laughing. I was like, you should be tall.
Okay. I was tall.
Now I'm tall.
Now you're tall.
Okay.
But hi, everyone. Sure, what do they say?
I don't know. Let's see. They can hear and see us both, so everybody's
perfect.
Fine. Yeah.
Okay, so we can sign off and leave now.
Okay.
No. We're just going to continue on with making the Lost Wax Oz Proton Pack build. The same thing we've been doing for a little while now. We're going to continue on putting parts together and hopefully get through a whole nother step this week. So we're on step 10.
The grain elevator.
So we're trying to get parts put together for that. We haven't touched the project at all since last week because the entire point of this live stream
Is to do it live in front of you.
Yep. Not have anything hidden. So it's all 100% being done here.
Every nitty-gritty, annoying little step. Every cut that has to get done. All the gluing, all the sanding, all the noisy, boring.
All the noisy, boring.
Crafting stuff we enjoy.
Yeah, pretty much. We all love this, you know that, but...
Joys in the journey.
the joy is in the journey.
So...
Definitely.
We're taking our time on this one. We are step 10, chapter 6 of Lost Wax Oz's video. We need pieces 22, 23, 24, and 25.
Okay.
I have no idea what those pieces look like, but I have reference right here. It's the grain elevator, so I'm guessing.
Right.
Yep.
It looks like grain elevator-ish.
24, 27, jump in sizes. 29.
We are running out of parts, to be honest.
Right?
Yeah.
I think we've already glued these kind of together. So, see, piece 24. But I'm missing. What?
It's not like you said he's 24, but...
Oh, I see piece 24.
See piece 24.
But
okay.
I'm not seeing 22 or 23. Oh, wait, 23.
Yeah, the only big part after this is the Cyclotron.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Try 22 right here, the grain elevator. Yeah, we have all of these pieces.
Cool.
Okay. And piece 25 is this one. So we have those little, yep, that's that one.
That's 25.
We have this one. And then we have...
We need two sides of 22, so we should have 4 of those. We got
this
two of
one with the V grooves already cut. Yay!
2 V grooves.
Yes, and then the ramp. Well, yeah, grain elevator sides.
Yeah, ramp sides we've already used.
Yeah, that's different piece. Sorry, I got distracted.
That's okay.
That was last week.
And none of these none of these have. Okay.
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 We got the pieces.
We know what we're doing. We're going to be gluing. Hi. So, just before the stream started on Discord, Shady said that his stickers showed up. So hopefully those of you who had ordered some of the Odin Makes Mechagodzilla stickers on Etsy from last week, you'll start seeing them soon. A couple of you...
It's smoking.
Wow. Glue gun smoking.
I think you need it just low temp on that one.
But this one doesn't low temp.
That one doesn't low temp?
Yeah, this one's just on off.
Okay. Well, it doesn't need to be on. That one heats up really fast.
Okay, fair enough.
Till right before we use it. That's a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
It's...
There must be something...
I think it's because it's a low temp glue stick in a high temp glue.
Okay. Or there's just something mashed on the end of it that's cooking off.
Always.
Yeah, always something mashed on the end of it. So the stickers are going out. Shady received his. Of course, he's a domestic shipment here in the United States. So hopefully those of you who are getting overseas will receive them soon. Because I had quite a few orders. It was pretty cool. And for those of you who don't know, if you go over on my Etsy, the Odin Makes Mechagodzilla sticker that Ace drew, that is over there and available. And if you look somewhere in the Discord and somewhere posted out on Patreon. All of you who are patrons, there's a 15% off coupon code you can apply to anything on my Etsy store. So
I moved my sticker because I didn't stick it. I have commitment issues with stickers.
fair enough, I get that.
So I put it in. I can still. It's not stuck.
It's not stuck. You can
It's
still,
clear.
You can move it, right? No, that's totally cool.
Yeah, stickers, right?
Stickers.
It was on my phone last week, but
Right. Totally cool. It won't fit on my phone.
wait, don't we have the same phone?
You got the larger version. I got the Dash A. You just got the 4, right?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
A few millimeters.
Yeah. Well, I bought the one that was all polycarbonate body. It's all plastic body.
I think mine. No, I don't know. I already cracked it. See,
Okay. That is actually
a
it.
full-on crack.
That's not your screen protector.
No, that's my phone
That
screen.
sucks.
Yeah. It's supposed to be not crackable. Oh no, I managed to do
Yeah.
that. It's still
Well,
functions.
I can say the same thing. It's supposed to be not crackable, but I'm sure I can destroy my without a whole lot of a problem. Hi everyone, how's it going? How was your weekend? How was your week? We had I've been live streaming almost every other day for a week now. We had a Monday live stream last week. We had a Minecraft live stream last Wednesday. We had our Among Us live stream last Friday.
So you've been.
Here we
Have you
are
had
again.
time for projects?
No, I haven't. I'm behind on getting my projects done, and it's not because of the live streams. I'm just, yeah, my schedule's caught up with me. But I'm getting
Dang it! You're a human being and not a robot.
pretty much.
The algorithm doesn't like that.
No, the robot.
How dare you offend the algorithm?
No, I'm sorry, algorithm.
Now you
I
have to
will have
go
a-
like 10 videos
I will have a video
and
this
make
week.
7 comments.
Yes, and 70 comments, and walk around backwards and leave the video up and playing on your muted on your page for the next 8.
You must pay penance.
I actually did that. I mean, it wasn't intentional because we were playing the Minecraft. No, it was the Among Us. We're playing the Among Us game, and I have the stream up on my computer but muted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I put the chat in front of the window so I can't see the game, right? So I'm not cheating. But I feel like I need to interact with the fans, even though in the chat something's like, "Oh, Joe's totally doing it. I saw him do it." And it's like, okay, I'll pretend like I didn't read that. But thankfully, most people don't do that. Anyway, I totally forgot that it was up and running, and I walked away from the computer, and I came back, hours later, Wednesday night, and I close out the chat window, and there's you and I talking about puppets in the background. I was like, oh, well, all right. I've been watching my own live streams. That's good.
Sometimes I put them on for the dogs when I leave the house
Right.
because Toby and Bruno like the sound of mine and your voice.
Okay.
And they go and sit by the TV and they're happy for a few hours.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so works for my dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, people have been talking.
So have we.
Yeah,
We're also trying to wake up, though.
that's okay. They say, good to, Stephen D says, good to hear and see you both.
Oh, sweet. Hello, Stephen D.
Jerry Raycroft says, I thought Odin looked a little extra tall there for a minute. No, not at all.
That's normal.
Yes. Remember, the real fun is the journey, but the destination. But the destination.
But the destination, yes. Looking forward to the destination, but there's going to be a lot of parts to the destination.
Right? Ghostbusters. Sorry, just the
It's-
little kid in me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Moon Eyes already did 4 hours of streaming today, and it's time for them to relax.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Must be
relax.
emotionally exhausted.
Yes.
And Shady Dragono says some time for fun. So, welcome.
Oh, good.
And Cheeseaholic42 says rest comes first, Odin. Take care of yourself. No, that's not what the algorithm says. I'm
That's not what the
sorry.
No, it's not.
No rest for the wicked.
Kind of have been taking care of myself, sort of. The biggest problem is I didn't admit to myself up front that, okay, I'm not going to be putting another video out and then actually have rest up front. It becomes
Because
this...
mentally you don't allow yourself to rest.
Yeah, I'm really not,
Yeah.
I'm guilting myself. I'm like, yeah, so it's not really...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's the guilty rest isn't real rest, and so therefore you may have already taken it, but it didn't do its job.
Right. Not to the level that I really would have liked it to have done, but anyway.
Right? Who's been there?
Now, the one thing I did manage to do this week, I've got Gorilla Glue and glued the top back on.
I was getting nervous there for a second. I was like,
Don't cork it on the stuff. Yeah, the stuff. So, yeah, I did it there. I'm going to try not to hold it from the top a whole lot anyway still. But I did get, because we reloaded to use it last week, and I came back down a couple days later, and the whole shop smelled like glue. It's like, this thing's leaking. No, have to glue the top on.
Yep. All right. Random build suggestion from Gingman Prime. Say.
Gingaman Prime, yeah.
Yep, Gingaman. How do you say it?
It's Gingaman, isn't it? Ginga man Prime.
Yes, Gingaman Prime. Random build suggestion that popped into my head: Tron's helmet with matching identity discs.
There you go.
Right? Are you gonna make it?
Hendo did on DIY Prop Shop. Hendo made a Tron helmet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I can't.
Yeah.
Search the old school Tron.
Helmets are still intimidating for me. It's not like I haven't done or will still, but I feel like at this point, helmets are like, oh, okay, I can do a helmet for you.
I can do a helmet. Hey, quick question for all of you out there in internet land who are well tapped into what's going on, much more so than I am. Why are my God of War videos trending so terribly well for this past couple weeks? I'm not upset, but I go and look in the last 48 hours, your Chaos Blades from God of War 4 has gotten 5,000 views. Like, what? Was there a new game announced? Was there DLC happen? Why is this trending right now?
Interesting. I still have my Chaos Blades.
Oh, good.
Yeah, somebody made them and sent them into Smosh, and they did a really good job.
Okay.
Like, they painted the plastic, and we used those things for everything, but not as Chaos Sword. Like, we used them for everything but their intended purpose. Like, I used it for an inner lining for Mega Man, his arm gun cannon. They had these really good gauntlets.
Oh, okay.
That were wrapped with the chain.
Oh,
They
okay.
were really well made.
That makes sense.
I used that as my base.
Okay. I'm trying to
for
picture. Why did you put a sword inside the Mega Man thing?
No, it was the gauntlets
that
were
makes sense.
wrapped in the chain. I used the center of the gauntlet for that. I used the wrapped in chains for like zombie. Like they got used.
Good.
But not for their intended purposes. But I was like, I wonder if this fan ever sees their work in there, because I use them all the time, every chance that I could.
Right.
Yeah. Part of me hopes that they noticed.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, they couldn't have noticed the Mega Man one because
that was pretty.
It was covered in blue, and nobody would know that was that. But
that was a good video. That had a lot of fun stuff in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the Smosh Wraps or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smash Wrap. Yeah.
So I always think of that when I see your Blades of Chaos.
Okay.
Like, yeah. They're fun. They're a fun one to play with.
Cool.
Of the props.
So I've got a Lego build that I've had backburnered for a while. I need to get that finished and get that out, and then I want to go ahead and do Mjolnir from God of War 4.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that
I've
one.
been wanting to do that anyway. And if I'm trending, it's like I hope I don't come onto this thing too late. But
you just told them, so now.
Yep. Now I'm committed.
You're being held accountable.
Accountable. Yes.
Accountable. Yes.
I've seen things
happen. Oh, because God of War Ragnarok is coming out this year, so perfect.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So was that recently announced then? Because Ragnarok is the second half of God of War 4, and then they'll finally move on to New Pantheon, I think.
Yeah, that's a really good.
Yeah.
Like that one's a really good series.
It is a really good series. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I have a Kratos cut out from the first God of War. Back when my boyfriend at the time worked at a video game store.
Right.
Yeah, I have one of those old cardboard cutouts of
Kratos. Okay.
And he matched the paint in one of the... Anyways.
Okay.
I have a Kratos, yeah. He still exists. I would say that hesitantly.
Hesitantly?
Because I just recently moved.
Right. He should still exist. He'll flat pack pretty good.
He does, yeah. It's one of those things that I could have easily saved it, but did I?
Hopefully. Maybe.
Right? After how many
years?
Yeah.
One other thing that I've talked about a few times, not on camera, but I thought would be fun is to get Joe to dress up as Kratos, right? Do the whole thing, and then I could make some sort of troll costume with lifts for me. And then in pictures, people would assume that Joe's 6 feet tall, and I would look even taller.
Yes.
Yes.
So anyways, we have piece step 10.
Step 10. Do we want to put the discs in? Do we want to finish off step 9?
Well, we should so that we're done.
Okay.
But that's also going to be a future access point of adding lights.
Right.
Do we want to plug up the ends of the pipes now when we're going to jump into them?
Probably not.
Although we have plenty of pipe plugs.
Plenty of. Well, we cannot. We can always, when we're starting to dry fit things together, fit other ends and start working on electronics.
Because I'm not ready to weld the joint, even if it's a hot glue weld.
You're not ready to be,
committed.
We were having this conversation before we started about our lack of commitment. Yeah. Well, I'm also excited that talking about working with Sean Cash again and James from Robo Base Builds about doing a May the 4th Star Wars build. So and Sean is actually going to go out and meet with the Peconics people this week because they're all excited about working with him about something. It's like, well, good.
Ooh. Do you already have an idea of what you're going to build yet?
Yes, we have an idea what we want to build, and
you can tell me later with not middle in front of people.
Not in front of people, yes.
Yeah. I want no secrets.
Want no secrets? We're going to make the tricorder that Spock has from the thing, because that's one of the better Star Wars props.
Right.
Yeah. That's what we're doing.
Live long and may the Force be with you.
Live long and may the Force be with you. #1 Star Wars fan. And that one time when Starbuck, because who was it? Was Starbuck and Tweaky were caught up with the Comet Empire, and they had to escape using, yes.
Hey, if
one of
they
the better
ever
Star
did
Wars episodes I saw on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that one.
You didn't.
I would believe you, though. It would be a good one. It would be epic.
That was Buck Rogers and Battlestar Galactica and Star Blazers and how many things can I mash into one?
Right?
Yeah.
Not another space movie?
Not another space movie. There you go. That'd be that was Spaceballs effectively, but yes.
Yeah. No, that's not another Star Wars movie. That one was very much Star Wars oriented, not
totally
space
Star Wars.
movie.
Yeah, Tuvok was in it though.
I was gonna say Galaxy Quest, no, but that was still just one.
That was pretty much Star Trek, and that was like the best Star Trek movie.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like there's still room.
There is.
More content. Always.
More content, always.
Oh, there we go. Moon Eyes 2K cast list for Star Wars and starring Chuck Norris as the Force.
Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
If I can't, there it is.
So we haven't started, and we've already cut the V-groove in pieces 24.
We haven't started. We're just burning up our time.
No, we've already crossed 2 things off the list because we already did that when we cut out everything. You just went ahead and already did your V-grooves.
Yes.
So,
well, that was part of cutting out, according to...
the way you cut things out, I get it.
Yeah, according to the instructions. You're supposed to do this. Okay, I wanted to go do that.
Okay, well, now step 10. We did the first 2 things in step 10.
Okay.
Well, you did. I take credit, though.
You should.
Glue the straight sides of piece 22 and 22B onto piece 23. So, 22,
I'm just trying to open up the chat.
And 23. So, assuming this way, that's my guess.
Make sure this is still muted. We are still muted.
Can they hear us?
Oh, they can hear us. I'm just trying to
Okay.
make sure that I'm not putting out audio. I'm just trying to pop out the chat so I can see it on my side too.
Oh, you want to actually see what people are saying? Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, I see. Yeah, Moon Eyes is saying God of War Ragnarok doesn't even have a release date other than 2022 officially. So that's coming out in December. Okay.
Let them do a good job on it. Don't rush them.
Right. Oh, Leith's here. Right on. Need to take a break, mate, and let me take you to lunch for the... Oh, yeah, we're totally going to... I had peanut butter pizza again last night, Lee, and I talked about a peanut butter and jelly burger for several years. Absolutely. So, Lee, we want to do that this week? We can do that this week. I'm cool. Let's go have peanut butter and jelly cheeseburgers.
Are you Garfield the cat or something? Like, that's... Sounds like my brothers when they used to one-up each other. Well, I'll have a mayonnaise and pickle and peanut butter sandwich.
Right. No, the pizza I really like. It's a pepperoni pizza. It has a little bit of spice, spicy whatever peppers added to the red sauce and peanut butter, and that's all mixed into the red sauce. And then it's a pepperoni on top and jalapenos, and it's a really good pizza.
I believe you.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I believe you.
okay, I hope so.
I'm crazy and I like the pineapple on my pizza, so
Sure.
I won't.
It took me a long time to accept pineapple on pizza.
I can understand that.
Yeah, I do now. I didn't when I was younger.
I think pineapple's what got me to actually like pizza. I know that's a
Okay.
weird thing to say, but
That's fine.
I don't know. I found it boring as a kid. The
Okay.
pepperoni was too spicy. The bread
Gotcha.
was too boring. I don't know.
That's fine.
And then I was like, ooh, I like this. And yeah.
Yeah, why do I have coke in my eye?
Because you're sleepy.
Well, that's what it is.
Yep. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
It's the same
long,
length as any
busy
other
week.
week, but it just feels extra.
I got to go see The Batman on Saturday. That was fun.
Lucky.
Yeah.
I heard it was really good. I didn't get a chance to go.
You guys go see it yet? I would be happy to see it again. It's a 3-hour movie. I would be happy to see it again.
I heard it was really good and detective-y.
It is absolutely a detective story.
And I
It
heard
is-
the outfit, because my questions were all
Sure.
clothing based. I was like,
That's
all
fine.
right, was it realistic?
The
Did it
Patterson
seem
suit,
like,
right.
like, could they actually move? You know, like, how is that? And I heard
yeah.
it was really well done, realistically created, and that he didn't change suits. I don't know if that's a spoiler.
Well, it's an all-new suit for
This
particular movie.
Yeah.
He had the same suit throughout the whole movie.
That's
that
what I was
never
saying,
changed.
yeah.
And it did something totally new that no other Batman movie has done. That I
Interesting.
think there's images of it. I think outside of the movie. So if you're interested in Batman as anyway, at one point he takes his cowl off and has runny black eye makeup on.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Those were the little details that I heard that made the difference, and I was like, yes, I
Yeah.
love it when things are gritty.
Yep.
I like it when they're not perfect.
Yes.
I like it.
Unlike Michael Keaton, where he's got this bulletproof helmet that he's able to tear off, and all the makeup's gone too.
What's your secret?
What's your secret? I
How
like
do you do that?
Yeah, I
'Cause
like that.
I would love that.
Oh, so not a huge spoiler. Not really a spoiler at all. I'll keep it very generic. For those of you who've seen the movie, there's a point when you're listening to a recording of somebody else, and there's a scream at the end of the recording. This only happens once in the movie, so you know which one it is if you've seen it. I swear that's Vicky Vale's scream from Batman being recycled, because it doesn't fit the character who's being recorded, and it's like, and then they play it back again. It's still the same recording. It's like, yeah, that's the scream from the original Batman.
I'm impressed, because that would go right over my head.
I was trying to look it up on IMDb and other trivial places, and no one else is talking about it. But I happen to have that recorded on a cassette when Batman came out, because that was cassette days.
I was like, was
And
it a
so
ringtone?
So it played. No, it wasn't a ringtone. Because
Before ringtones?
yeah, well, my ringtone was a couple of bells with a hammer this between them that was attached to the wall. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it's like that's that scream. Anyway,
I don't know.
it's a great version of the Riddler.
Now I'm imagining like where you find like the hidden birds that are out of
Right.
out of sequence, or the like Looney Tunes, woo, or Goofy like fall.
Yep.
Those just hidden noises that
The
some
hidden
people
noises.
pick up on like nobody's business, where other people are like, no, it's part of the ambiance.
I've joked for years that my favorite movie quote is the Wilhelm scream, which I knew forever as the Star Wars scream, and then okay, now I understand where they came from. But yeah.
Oh, Jerry Rig Props has to wait till during the week to go see Batman. Boo.
Ooh, okay. Well, it's good. It's actually it's good, and it was mixed. The overall, the people I went to go. So I went to go see it with one of the patrons, Tim Waits, and a couple of his friends, as well as Ellis and Joe, and all of us went at the same time. The three of us loved it. Some of the other people in the group was like, that was good, but I feel like an editor could have pulled 20 minutes out of it and made it a little bit shorter. It's like, yeah, maybe.
Did you want them to though?
No, I was okay with the pacing. It had a classic movie style pacing. It didn't have TikTok pacing, and that was fine with me. But I didn't feel like it dragged. I didn't feel, there wasn't a point where I was like, oh my gosh, when is this thing going to end? I didn't feel that way at all. It's like, oh, we're doing this now. Okay, cool.
Okay, that's good to know. I have not seen it yet,
Right.
so.
Trying to be generic, even though, you know, I kind of haven't been 100%. But no, it's good. It's, yeah, his head turns. So.
His head can move.
His
No,
head can move.
I saw his outfit, and
Yeah.
I like his cape.
Yep.
I'm impressed with it, because no cape. I love
No cape.
Love Edna. No cape.
cape.
But I like his cape. Batman has a fun cape.
He does have a fun cape.
I love building his cape. I've made his cape so many times. The Dowels
Right.
make it the best.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I have fabric preferences
Uh-huh.
depending on versions of the Batman. Anyways,
Which- yeah.
costume shop, we had the rubber ones that were really. We had various versions of Batman, and he was one of my favorite superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Batman.
And
Yeah.
the Tim Burton Batman cape changed all the time.
Oh yeah, because he needs to lay like this while he's standing here. He needs
Right.
to move like,
Like
this,
this.
but those two things don't actually work the
Nope.
same because that's a circle, and that is physically a rectangle. And
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
And there's that one down shot where it's got the super long, like, wedding train behind him, kind of. And then there's the car cape, which was, like,
Well,
mid-thigh, so you can jump
He's
out of the car.
a billionaire, so he would have a cape selection,
He
and
would
he
have a
probably
cape
is
selection.
like, which cape do I need for this crime? I'm thinking the one with the train. No, I think that one's gonna drag.
Maybe part of the bat suits, it has, like, reels in
Adjustables.
here, so he can, like, pull it up like shades and just zzz, zzz.
I wouldn't put it past it,
No, I wouldn't put it
especially
past him.
since he has the technology to make it stiff enough to become.
Become a glider,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also silk, right?
Oh, and Robert Pattinson as Batman's totally fine. Which I never had any doubts that
A
would
vampire could play a bat.
the vampire could play a bat, because he's not Edward Cullen at all.
No.
But I have seen all the Twilight films in the theater, but yeah, he totally wasn't at all, and he's fine. Just like I knew Michael Keaton would be fine,
Yeah.
because everyone at that
There's a
time
train.
there's a train. There's just a lot of wind. Everyone at that time, I remember complaining about how Mr. Mom was going to be Batman, and it's like, no, he's going to be
Or
fine.
Heath Ledger when he was announced as the Joker, which he's.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and I remember people going, "Really?"
Really? Right.
Yeah, so it's okay. I'll trust it. This is what we have to glue today. At least that's what I'm interpreting.
Okay. Yeah. You trying to get me back on track?
No. Yes.
Yes.
We need to finish the grain elevator, and I feel like if we just glued it, it would be together, and then
Okay.
we can move on.
All right.
And maybe we'll get a piece done before we open to the live.
10 minutes, maybe.
Maybe.
Shady keeps trying to talk about how he's received the new Odin Makes stickers, and he's very excited about that.
Yay,
Which is cool.
stickers.
Thank you, Shady. Yay, stickers. I'm excited that Ace, patron Ace, did all the artwork, and he's had a dry spell of getting creative, artsy juices flowing, and he's having a lot of fun making these little cartoons. And he's already shown me previews of 2 more ideas, so...
I get it.
Yeah.
I 100% get it because
I do
it's
too.
hard to do things when you are not excited about things in general.
I had somebody ask, why don't I take the Mecha Godzilla and turn it into an enamel pen like the logo pen that I've got? I think it was actually Shady talking about that.
Because you don't technically own the rights to the image.
That's a...
But your phone version, yes, I could see that, especially if it's a little cartoony one.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah,
you wait a little
I think,
cartoony
yeah.
one. It's just, there's a certain expense that goes along with ordering pens like that.
Manufacturing,
Yeah.
custom
So
products.
I know Patreon will allow me to do Kickstarter type things, saying when something's funded, this thing will happen. How do you guys feel about that, or is that me trying to ask too much of the people who are already supporting me?
Do
Because
you
I feel
want-
like that a little bit too. That I'm
Yeah.
asking for too much.
But also, if you guys want merchandise, if you guys want it, we can help. If you show an interest, there's
Right.
an ability to make it happen
Yes.
in new and interesting ways, especially as we get excited about
Right.
things in general. You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, it's a thought. It's something that could happen.
Jerry Riggs Prop says, I do Kickstarter, so you
Okay.
got one supporter there.
Got one supporter. That makes sense. Jerry was one of the first ones that bought the stickers. They're in the mail. They're just
Yes.
being shipped over the pond, so it could take a little while. But they are on their way, Jerry.
I'm imagining them on little paper airplanes.
Perfect.
It's going to get there eventually.
It's stapled to a carrier pigeon.
That's okay. I was thinking about it, that since we have like such a worldwide viewership, this stream goes underneath the ocean through that transcon.
Yes, it does. The one that's got the shark-proof coating on it so they don't bite the cable?
No.
Yes.
So right now, I'm imagining a shark nibbling on the stream.
Yes.
You know, feasible. Technically, it goes to space.
Technically, it goes to space, too. Yes.
I feel like such a traveler now.
I'm so freaking floored and excited that we've got the worldwide audience.
Right?
That's just, yeah.
Yeah. Shady Dragon says support 100. Sorry.
Okay.
Shady Dragon O.
Shady Dragon O, support 100%. Nice.
There you go.
Bennett Lynch, hey kids, sorry I'm late. That's okay. I'm really glad the other half of the Irish Mafia is now here.
Do you want me to get the glue? Are we gluing them on the insides or the outsides?
No, I was just gluing the things here, which I probably shouldn't have done necessarily first anyway, but...
Right, it's like, well, what are we doing? Kind of. Does it go on the outside or the inside? Because then that affects the width, size, and everything.
Well, I will
I'm
have to
assuming
actually...
it's this way. That's my guess. Yeah, that's how it fits together. If that was like that, would not work.
It's like that, isn't it?
Yeah, because that wouldn't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this wouldn't work? Right, and that's going to cover the back. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I've done it wrong so many times that it's like it doesn't hurt to double check, you know?
It does not.
Put the puzzle pieces together before you glue them, because ripping them apart is not my favorite.
No, it's not. It kind of sucks.
Right? Especially if you do it with frustration.
Yes, which 100% is going to be done with frustration.
Anyways, we won't talk about my anger issues.
We won't talk about Bruno.
There you go. Yeah, speaking of which,
Sorry.
he's at home.
He's at home. That's okay.
Him and Toby are at home today.
Yeah. It's a blustery day, and it was a good day for them to have a day off.
They got out this morning. We took them on a
go.
walk. They're in their cute little matching jammies. Mm-hmm. But they're at home. Will Connor says, do it, Moon Eyes 2K. Yes, I'm excited for mine to show up. What is he saying? Okay, Moon Eye says, now I have to consider stickers too.
It's always something, isn't there?
Grumble, grumble, grumble. Stickers?
Stickers?
Yeah, I like stickers, but when you're a grown-up, we call them decals.
Yeah. They're stickers.
No, I know.
But it is a decal too, so.
Yeah.
So for years, Moon Eye, all my stickers were Moon Eye, because you only got one apparently, Moon Eyes. All my stickers were with just the logo of my show. Only just in the past month, thanks to one of you, have I got something new and different. So
Thank you.
Don't stress too much on I had those stickers.
Yeah, but brought to you by viewers like you.
Brought to you by viewers like you.
I think it's funny that you worked for PBS.
Yeah.
But you are not the official voice, but if you told me, I would believe you.
Well, I didn't work for PBS corporate, but yeah.
Yeah. I know that. They don't know that.
Right.
But that makes me laugh. I remember I used to dress up people for they had their Downton Abbey fundraiser. They were doing
that was a huge fundraiser. Yeah.
That one was one of my favorites because like all the people higher ups would come in and I got to dress everybody from. Anyways, it was so much fun. I love playing dress up. I wasn't a big fan of the show. Shh.
I only saw the first season and I enjoyed it, but Ellis got excited and continued watching without me, and I never caught up. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I never quite got into it, but I did enjoy their fashion.
Oh, yeah.
And I love dressing people up as that, and oh my gosh, did we have so much fun dressing up.
They even had the 1920s, 1910s plastic water bottle on the shelf.
Did you find one of those?
Oh yeah, it was all over the news when that happened, that somebody left the water bottle. It was a couple years before Game of Thrones had their not Starbucks cup.
Right? Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, but people get a drink on set and everyone forgets. Yeah, those things disappear.
You just set them down. Yeah.
They disappear so easily.
Everyone's got them anyway. It's just background noise.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was part of my job there for a while, just look on screens. Oh, I see a knuckle.
Right.
Oh, that boom mic's in the shot. because people get so focused on what's actually happening, because there's a million things that you have to watch. You have to watch how their reactions are, how it's capturing on camera, how this is reading, how that is reading, and I'm over here and like, there's a giant like stand right there behind your main actor that you're not going to see until. Anyways.
Are we not seeing any of the cameras? So that's oh no, there's a piece of camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
No, but yeah, that's like. I feel like a lot of my job sometimes is playing I Spy.
Yeah. Oh, totally is.
Like even now, completely different job. A lot of my job is playing I Spy. I laugh because I spy with my little eye a needle and thread in this pile of lace.
Right. Yes. I still enjoy. Okay, I really try to let myself get into the story of watching a movie or a television show and enjoy what it is and how it unfolds in the rate that it wants to, right? But when it's not holding my attention, Where's the Boom Mic becomes one of my favorite games. And I think a couple of my favorites was a Fish Called Wanda, where you see it reflected in the pictures in the background often.
Interesting.
And then in Empire Strikes Back, Luke's on the Tauntaun, and in the very beginning, while he's still on his Tauntaun, the probe droid just hit the planet. He like stops and he grabs his goggles and pulls them off and puts them on his head, and there's the boom mic. But when they're doing last check, when the goggles are down, everything was cool.
That makes a lot of sense. How many times we've got like everything up and the boom mic's right here.
Yeah.
And it's just off camera, like that much. It moves like one breath and it's up, and it's like, boom mic.
Yeah. Boom mic. But we needed it close to get clean audio. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a game.
It's a game.
It's a game.
Oh, and it was great the one time I got to see, locally somebody had a copy of the flat version of Jurassic Park. So when you have a film, when the movie was actually delivered on film, on reels, you would have the flat 35mm version and the scope 35mm version. And that had to do with the type of lens you're projecting it through. Flat, it was all the proper aspect ratio within the frame, and it usually filled the frame, but you would put the gates on as a projector to projectionist to get you the widescreen that you're used to looking at. Whereas scope takes the information from what would be the letterbox widescreen and then stretches it to the full grain of the image, and then as you project it through your lens, it squishes it back down. Anyway, so Matthias had a flat version, and he played it at the Colonial, which had an old school projector where you could take it off. So we saw full screen the whole time that they're in the trailer, the dinosaur dig in the very beginning, when Hammond first meets up with Alan Grant and I can't remember the other character's name right now, but the boom mic is 100% in the shot the whole time, because there's no way it couldn't be. But it was also in the area that was going to be blacked out.
Right?
Yeah.
You have lines on your screen for a reason, because this is what we're seeing, but this is what they're going to see.
This is what they're going to see, so it doesn't matter.
Margins are important, people. Yeah.
Sorry, that was a long story for very little payoff, but yeah, it was a really cool way to see it. I'm really glad I got to see it that way the one time that I could. I'll never get to see it that way again.
That's okay. We need glue to dry.
Yeah.
Moon Eyes 2K. Did I ever ask Felicia about what tea she drinks? Because I thought I did, but I can't actually remember important things. I think mine doesn't technically count as tea. Peppermint chamomile. It's an herbal tea, so it's not technically the tea leaf.
Okay, fair enough.
So, and I like that specific combination.
But it's a little more than just a tincture, so yeah, okay.
Yeah, either that or like vanilla, which is basically boiled cinnamon sticks.
Okay.
So it's also not tea, but...
Now, I forgot what I ordered, but this week is Ellis's birthday, and I did get the same tea that you got me, Moon Eye, which I can't remember the FNN. What is it? Fortnite Nightingale. What was the name of the tea company? Anyway, that's what I got them for birthday, and so I'm looking forward to giving that to them this week.
Nice.
They don't know, so don't tell them. But it's kind of funny that other friends have already given them tea, so apparently, looks like this is a tea year.
I say you have a tea party.
Yeah, having a tea party.
There you go. Yeah, and I like bully chai. I totally say that wrong, but the popcorn tea. It's like the Korean tea where they have the roasted corn kernels.
Okay.
And then you make that into a tea. Again, not technically a tea. These are all my favorites, are not technically teas, but...
It's all right. Free? No.
As long as it has cream and sugar.
Okay.
There you go. It needs the cream and the sugar. Jerry Prop says, not good enough, Lynch.
You need to be your moron time. Moron time.
Okay. Yeah, these just need to get glued together.
I'm gluing.
It's okay.
I'm
I'm not helping at all. I'm just watching you suffer, so.
Oh, that's all right. This is what we've done for
a couple streams now.
a couple of streams now. That's fine. You're talking to them and talking to me and trying to get some stuff done, and it's
The smoosh and the smoosh and the smoosh.
smooshing and the smoosh, and it works.
There we go. I did it right? Correct.
Yes, you did it correctly. Nose. Tea with cream, being English, you should only ever add milk, never cream.
Really?
Yep, yeah, and also you don't add honey to tea, you only add sugar.
Oh.
Yep. Adding honey to tea is very American, and so is adding cream, but whatever.
I add the honey when I'm sick because it's the lemon and the honey that I'm trying to drink in general
Yep.
anyways. But I prefer the sugar because it doesn't taste like honey. I
Okay.
like honey flavor, but like in tea, it doesn't change the flavor of things.
It does change it, yeah.
And I don't often have cream, but I want the cream. I want the creamiest of the creams. I always
Okay.
want the heavy whipping creams in my coffee whenever I can.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
But
you're not a monster.
Yeah, exactly. But I drink mostly milk because I always have a gallon of milk in my fridge. So
Okay.
I didn't know that you didn't drink tea with cream.
Not proper English tea, no.
Okay, well, I'm not proper nor
Yeah.
English.
Yep, so whatever.
I guess technically my ancestry's Welsh,
Oh, okay.
but I heard that's not technically English.
Yep, you're agreeing. Cream is more of a coffee thing.
Okay, that would make sense. I just like cream.
Steve D is asking if I managed to repair my glue pot. Yes, I did. It's one of the few things I actually got accomplished yesterday.
It's not gonna fall.
I
You trust it?
I sat here and with naphtha and totally cleaned the majority of the pieces up, and I've glued it back together with a lot of Gorilla Glue. And then it sat for 2 days before I put glue in it.
And Gorilla Glue doesn't have the same solvent as.
The Gorilla Glue doesn't have the same solvent as this. No, Gorilla Glue is a urethane, and that should not be affected by the naphtha.
Yeah, you the chemistry you guys have to know, just so you
Right.
know, right?
Right. And because knowing is half the battle.
Why is this always falling apart? Well, because that's a solvent for that glue, and of course it's going to fall apart if you use
Yep.
that paint. Yeah. It's not like I haven't had that problem before.
And that was actually one of those, the glue pot having to be repaired and not working was one of the little things that I let be a stopping block last week. We're actually getting anywhere.
Right? The things that you let stop you,
Yeah.
like not having the right computer parts and not ordering them.
Yeah, or damn it, the sun came up today. How am I supposed to work? Hey, I think it's noon.
Is it noon? It is noon too.
It's noon too. What's
should
noon?
let people
Noon
know.
the sequel?
It's noon 02. We are public.
I'm gonna add this to
Let the world in.
live streams. Rob builds among us. Proton Pack build. Done. Save.
Do I need it across the top or just the long edges?
Oh, Shady shared the picture of his sticker stuck on his computer.
Oh, nice. He committed.
He committed. Kickstarted is Odin. Shady. Not entirely sure why Ben and Lynch is giving me a kissy face, but I'm not upset. Thank you. Oh, Ben and Lynch is up for a Kickstarter too. Okay,
Lee
all right,
is
all right.
both proper and English.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations. I'm glad. And the Lord Mighty Kingfire says, "Hey Odin, today's my birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Lord Mighty Kingfire.
Happy
That's her
birthday."
name,
I don't
Happy
know.
birthday.
You're listening. I'm
The
reading.
Lord Mighty Kingfire. Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. You had said the name, so I just tried to repeat it back. Happy birthday, the Lord Mighty Kingfire. Yeah. And for your birthday, we'll put on a live stream.
All for you.
All for you.
Happy birthday.
Everyone else get off the stream.
Bye.
No.
Well, it's not a party without people, so.
Oh, okay, there you go. It's not a party without people.
Yeah.
I like that.
So. Hello, Panda.
The Trash Panda make it?
No, just Panda.
Just Panda? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's not Bored Panda?
No, just Panda.
Just Panda.
Panda.
Andy Panda.
And we have Gunny Brown saying hello, Odin and Felicia.
Hello, Gunny Brown.
I'm just waiting for glue to dry.
Yep.
Taking our time. Hey, we're gonna get a piece done.
We're going to get a piece done before 1.
Right?
We might actually get to start working on the Cyclotron, which there's still parts that need to be cut out. So we're back to cutting out parts because I haven't cut out the really long strips. Cut out all the pieces that had.
Yeah, because yeah.
There's 73 centimeter and all those parts need to be done.
Yeah, these ones right here.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll get there. Eventually.
We'll get there.
It's coming up. We got the Lord Mighty Kingfire saying thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome.
And Toby Kelly saying hi, Odin. And
Hello,
Bubba
Toby
Bear
Kelly.
Broadcasts.
Ah, Bubba Bear Broadcast. Nice.
There you go, Bubba Bear. Butchering everybody's name equally.
Yes.
Hey, Odin. And we got Miss Mary Mac saying, hey, Odin. Hi, Felicia.
Hello, Miss Mary Mac.
Hello.
What's great is you would probably butcher somebody who popped on that said, Felicia fan.
Oh, yeah.
Who's Felicity?
Lone Eagle says, hail all Father Odin and Felicia, the fair from northern Illinois, where it's a balmy 35 degrees out.
Wow.
That sounds cold.
Yes. It only got down to 40 here last night.
That sounds really cold. I'm cold right now.
Yeah.
And I know it's not that cold.
No, it's not that cold. But it's, yeah.
No, I'm not fanning because I'm hot. It's waiting for glue to dry. There we go.
You're totally hot.
It's curling like bacon.
It does. Because you're warming up one side, causing it to expand, therefore it curls.
Go back the other way. Back you.
It will.
Yes. Cook the noodle lasagna.
Doing pretty good, Marvel Guy. Asking how's your day going, Odin and Felicia. Having a good live stream, having a good day. Looking forward to working with Ashley on another project after the stream today.
Ooh, are you working on some fun side projects?
Yeah, a little bit of a side project
Side
today.
quests?
Yep, side quest. Helping someone get a Tiny Desk video edited today.
Oh,
That should be
nice. I love Tiny Desks.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. Yeah. Whenever I bug Odin on projects that aren't his live stream, I always call them side quests.
So on the Minecraft live stream we just did last week, not only did we start the stream out in the Sacramento Media Center that has built as a building within the Minecraft server, there was a point when I had set up a target inside of it saying this is approximately where my studio is within the building, in the Minecraft world, because scale's a thing. I think it was Stupid Monkey went in there and built out the studio.
Oh.
So there's stuff on the back wall with signs saying this is Soul Edge the puppy and here's this, and there's like armor displays for Bumble Scorpion and Mechagodzilla, and anyway, all this stuff all around is there's a desk with a piece of green carpet on it to be the cutting mat and cameras and lights. There's a blanket in the floor for Toby and Bruno. And then
love it.
way up in the front corner is a crate with some tools in it, and it just says all the tools Felicia stole from Odin. Yeah.
I steal them, but they don't physically leave the building.
No.
Although I did find a pair of your scissors.
Oh.
They were in a box of stuff that I brought, of my stuff that I'd left here, that I brought home.
Okay.
And they were a pair of your scissors, because I'm like, these are really, I know, because they were familiar scissors, but they weren't mine.
Okay.
And I'm like, how do I know these scissors? They're in the wrong anyways, I have lots of scissors.
Okay.
And so I have a pair of your scissors.
That's fine.
Like, currently.
Like currently, this is the new.
And I forgot to bring them.
The newer Fiskars, or what are the newer ones that we just bought, or one of my
No,
older
the
Gingers?
big orange ones. The ones that actually, your titanium orange
okay.
ones, the ones that like really cut.
Right. So
Those
the newer ones. Okay.
No, not the double set that you got that I made you get for fabric.
Oh, not.
Your big orange ones that you had there.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't even notice they were gone. I think
Nope.
you thought they were mine and put them in my stuff.
Possibly.
But they're not mine. They were yours.
Okay.
Yeah. I know
Scissors.
your inventory because I steal it enough, okay? That's not where it belongs. In mine, no.
I just run with scissors. That's all.
Yes. I have a drawer in my house that is just scissors.
Okay.
But I then also have scissors in every drawer, so. Can't have too many scissors. I feel like you can have not enough. Okay.
The Mighty Kingfire. Hey, have you ever heard about Warhammer 40K, about the chainsword? Yes, a lot of my painting style came from Old Itch as a White Dwarf and playing Warhammer 40K in the late 80s and early 90s. So yes, I've heard of it. I know of the chainsword. And oddly enough, I haven't built anything 40K on the channel yet.
No, you
But
haven't.
Evil Ted has got his prototype Space Marine helmet on eBay right now. I think it's ending soon. So if you wanted to go see one of my friends and their Warhammer helmet they made, there you go.
Moon Eyes 2Ks. Runs with Scissors would be my Native American name.
Yeah, there you go.
Runs with Scissors.
Runs with Scissors. Side quests. You already said that one.
My band name would be Fistful of Pins.
Fistful of pins?
Because I'm always running around with a fistful of pins, like just straight up a handful of pins.
Just straight up a hand. Oh, wow, okay.
So I was like, this would be my band name, Fistful of Pins. It sounds so metal in my head. But
It's kind of metal.
they are
usually
metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have glass heads or plastic. But
Yeah.
yeah. Metal pins. Yeah, but I laughed at how many times like I run around with just a fistful.
Just a fistful of pins. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah?
daily.
Daily.
Daily. Safety first, people.
Safety third.
Moon Eyes 2K, Felicia is wonderful, no discrimination, all names are butchered equally and with love. Yes.
Yes.
Marble Guy, how's your day going, Odin and Felicia? You read that one, right?
I read that one, yes.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
all right. It's going well. We're doing a live stream.
Right. Momo says side quests. Yes.
Side quests.
Yes. Side quests are interesting.
Yes, they
I
are.
feel like some of my favorite projects have been random side quests. Can you help me out with this? Yes, of course. And then it's like down the rabbit hole.
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah, I did that. Yeah, but I feel so weird about talking about a lot of projects I've worked on just because the NDAs that I've signed.
Right.
That it's like, what am I allowed to talk about and
Yeah.
when? So I've just
And
gotten
when
so
does this
used
lift?
to just, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. I built a thing.
I built the thing. It was fun. Like, I can tell people I build a 30-foot dress. Anyways, you know,
Yes.
all these weird projects.
Well,
but I forget
that
about them.
video's out, so you can talk about it. Because I
Yeah.
don't think you had something where you couldn't ever talk about it.
No, I
Unlike
know.
some of the Marvel prop makers where they can't ever really talk about. They can talk about they worked on the film, but they can't talk about what they worked on.
Yeah, but also I'm not supposed to have backstage photos of things and
Right.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't know if my photos are allowed or
Are
not.
allowed as backstage or not.
But as an art director, a lot of times I have to take a picture so I can see it on a screen versus in real life because you
Yeah.
see it reads differently, like
Oh.
completely differently.
Completely differently.
So one of my tools is I often have my camera to take pictures so that I can reference real life versus camera light anyways.
Yep.
So again, a lot of things, am I allowed? I don't know, so stay quiet. Yes, something's sticky. Oh, we've been doing that. That would explain.
That's the sticky.
Yeah, I didn't get the top on. I gotta put on my lid. Thomas Hughes TV. Woohoo! Made it. Welcome,
Welcome.
Muddy 1052. Hurry up, Creators Con. Can't wait to meet you. Appreciate you weekly.
Sweet.
So that's exciting. Con's coming
That is
up.
exciting. That's a month, almost to the day.
Shady-O says, we'll add shears to the chest now. No, because I have them. Ha, no. Yeah.
There are shears in the chest. There's two pair in there right now.
You got fabric scissors and foam scissors.
Yeah.
And paper scissors. Mr. Rooster says, "Hey bros, how's it going? My Godzilla project's going great. The concept art is awesome. Soon I'll start the storyboard for the first movie, The Fire Monster."
Oh,
That
nice.
is exciting.
It is exciting.
I like good projects, especially when you do them for yourself out of the pure enjoyment of just doing them. Because that's a luxury I don't often get.
Right.
But
No.
but that's what this project is.
It is actually, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a hey, let's do this and
I'm
take our time and just enjoy it with everyone.
I was trying to cheat, but it didn't work. I was like, if I get some of the glue from there, I'll transfer my marks and know where to put the glue. But I'm like, whatever, I can just go like this and it'll dry. Why try and be all precise? Thomas Hughes TV, you need reference on reference on reference images. Yes.
Yes.
I use a million reference images.
Yes.
And then I reference my own images.
Yes. And I'm usually trying to make sure the reference images I'm pulling up are legitimate from the source I'm working on and not someone's deviant art variation. Yeah.
Or even my favorite is on set. Let's do blood and reset.
And reset.
Because we need another take. And it all needs to exactly match.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, reference on reference on reference.
I enjoy the prop masters that have made pools of blood that are just, a soft resin you just set down on the carpet.
Oh my gosh.
And then you can pick it right back up.
If we had that,
Right?
how much easier my job would be. No, there's blood for all sorts of different reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's lots of. Usually when I had to deal with blood, it was on costumes. When you dealt with blood, it was the whole set.
Yeah, it was on things. I believe I still have pictures on my phone somewhere of Ian's mom as the dead mailman on top of all the mail in their living room because she had to leave, so I had to take pictures of it so someone else could be a stand-in for the dead body.
I have pictures of Ian's mom putting dollar bills at my feet.
There you go. Yes, yes.
When we were doing the strip club scene.
Right. I remember making that set too.
I love Ian's mom. She's my favorite. Like, absolute favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some good advice. Marvel Guy says, on your past projects when you said it'll be hard to remove the glue on a piece, what you can do is use contact cement thinner and you don't have to add more glue and it'll still be there. Yes. Mm-hmm. When you have to, like you make a mistake and you have to unglue, what's that stuff we use? Naphtha?
Yeah, naphtha is what they use.
Naphtha, we can use that to dissolve the glue and then it's not the ripping and pulling and you're not destroying things.
Yep.
But when you're like having to rip things out, your mindset isn't always thinking in the most logical way, and sometimes you're just frustrated and you just want to rip it off.
Yep.
And I don't want to do that. And I laugh because I know there's better ways. That's often why I walk away and get a drink of coffee and come back.
Yep. And yeah, there's also been plenty of times in the past. When you go back and look at my old videos, there's things I hadn't figured out yet. Because don't tell anyone, but I'm making this up as I go along almost every time. There's some experience with it too. But anyway, so there's times in the past where I wasn't aware that I could pull the old contact cement pack off, but totally can now.
Yeah, right? Because when you first find out, oh no, it's stuck, and you try and peel it off, and it's
just
chunks of it coming, and you're crying, and you're like, geez, I have to cut this all again. Yeah. I mean, I'm not crying.
I'm not crying, you're crying. Ralph Morick is here. Sweet. Hello, Ralph.
Hello, Ralph.
Eaglecraft. Hey, Odin. Hello. Oh, Waynard is here. Pico. Waynard's one of those friends that I've known a really long time. Yep. Oh, hey, look at that. So, Matthew was asking if us fine citizens hit up the Batman premiere. I did not see the premiere, but I did see it Saturday. Felicia hasn't seen it yet.
Yes,
and
I
so
haven't.
and neither has Jerry Rig Props. So we're trying our best to not do any kind of spoilers, but yes, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed it. I would happy to go see a 3-hour movie again. It is, yeah, it's good.
I'm excited. I like Batman.
Yeah.
I like Batman. Stephen D. I did some work at this at the weekend with my Ryobi rotary tool, and I must say I prefer it to my Dremel. Must easier and lighter to use.
Much easier and lighter to use, yeah. It's a great... It doesn't have the torque. It doesn't have the hog it out ability to
Yeah.
just like... But for what I want, this is great. And then I've got the other ones that'll do, you know, the... I'm going to attack a piece of oak if I need to do that.
Yeah. Right now, I've been using my glue guns voice too much because I'm out of hot glue and I have projects that I need to work on, and I'm out of glue, and I only have black hot glue left, but I don't want to put those in my good glue guns because then
Nope.
once it's a black hot glue gun like glue, it's just gonna be colored hot glue for the rest of the time using it.
Yep.
And I'd rather just one of my crappy ones be forever tainted in colors. Because you can get them in all sorts of different colors, hot glue, but
Yep.
I don't want to put my nice, I want to keep it clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one that's clear, you want to just keep clear. You don't want to...
Yeah. Yeah. You have to have like a dedicated glue gun.
You do, if you're going to be doing that with it.
Yeah, but I'm out of glue. So I need to get some. You know what I will be doing on my way home today?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Muddy 0,052 says, I remember me. Well, welcome.
Oh, good.
And Groot Grusin says, good evening, Odin and Felicia. How are you today?
Well, good evening, Groot Grusin.
I'm doing well, I'm here. And then George Simpson III says, Odin and Felicia, coffee or tea drinkers?
We are both. I drink
And
tea.
soda and water
soda
and
water
milk.
and whiskey.
Yes. All the things.
All the things. I'm primarily a tea drinker. She's primarily a coffee drinker.
I just like the cream and sugar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been starting to drink vanilla, so it's just cinnamon, water, boiled cinnamon sticks, and with the cream and the sugar.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
like coffee, but without the coffee part.
without the coffee part? Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
but-
It took me a while to like to drink the tea and coffee. I just drank soda forever. But then it's, okay, I should drink these without having all the extra sugar and stuff in it. So I drink coffee black and I drink tea black. So I kind of prefer tea because it's got a better flavor, you know.
I'm a
Coffee's
milk
not bad.
drinker.
And coffee hits me a little harder. The caffeine from the beans, of the coffee beans, seems to affect me harder. You know, makes me irritated.
Yeah, that's why I
yeah.
always grab you the chai tea instead of a coffee.
Yep, appreciate
Yeah.
that.
EcoCraft, which original Ghostbusters is your favorite? Peter
Vinkman?
Venkman. I'm like so intimidated about reading in front of the worldwide audience and just mispronouncing everything. So. Anyways, which is your favorite version of Ghostbusters?
Which is my favorite version of it's still the 1984 Ghostbusters. Because it was the Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters Afterlife is a great freaking movie, and I need to take the time to stop and watch it again.
Right, and just digest it.
Right, and
all
just
over again.
Not have it on as something on while I'm doing something else. To just sit and give it my attention.
Right, give it the love it deserves.
Yeah.
I do absolutely love the new one that came out. That one was a treat to sit through, and I
yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed it. But little kid me likes just Slimer in the cartoons. Like he's just like it's just too much fun. But I think I like the newest one
Right.
that came out, just because it's so. It has all the good. It wraps everything up. I don't know. I like the new one.
There's elements of Vinkman's personality that sometimes doesn't excite me. The Bill Murray character. Hope I'm saying the name right. Oh, I'll get roasted for saying that wrong. Egon. I'll pick Egon as my favorite. out of the original 4. How's that? Because he's the builder. That's kind of where I was going anyway.
Dr. Egan Spengler.
Yep.
Can I just choose the secretary? She's my favorite.
Oh, she's great. We got one!
Stephen D. Steve D. Not Stephen D. I've lots of glue sticks, including sparkly ones, but there's no way those are going in my Ryobi glue gun. I know exactly what you're talking about.
100%.
Dollar Tree, $1.25. Stupid glue guns. Those ones can have the garbage glue and
Garbage
just
glue.
thrown away when I'm done. I mean, will be in a box for use later.
Right. They'll get used eventually with dollar store hot glue guns.
But I genuinely was spoiled because you had the black hot glue gun dedicated.
Great? Yeah.
And it was just so convenient because sometimes you really just need black hot glue.
Black, yeah.
And it's so much easier than having to think about how you're going to cover it up in the future. So part of me is like, dang nabbit, I need a dedicated black hot glue gun now. But I'm not there yet. I just need to get more hot glue.
Got a comment here from Adaptable Gamers Incorporated. It's from Zombie Prevention. They just wanted to say hello really quick, or hola amigos is what they're actually saying.
Amigos.
And we had a quick question. What kind of paint is good to paint foam?
Good question, because the wrong page will flake off, not stick,
crack,
flake off.
And the whole I've talked to these fine people for a couple of different shows here locally, the Zombie Prevention crew. The two that seem to work really well. Okay, in general, acrylics. Acrylics remain flexible and don't really crack when they're on foam. The Plaid Effects paints is something that's easily available in the United States that is actually formulated to adhere to the foam. Basically, I think it's got some Mod Podge mixed in with the acrylic, but there may be more to it than just that.
It has a flexible layer to it.
It has a flexible layer to it. Some of the lighter colors for the Plaid Effects paints take multiple coats to cover up something else. Kind of standard for lighter colors anyway.
So think about pencil marks on your foam in general.
Yeah.
So you don't want to have to cover those up on top of covering paint.
Right.
Just FYI, because we have lovely 24s.
Yeah, we have pencil marks all over everything. This ultimately is black, so that's
yeah,
nice.
No, I know, but I'm just saying as a thing to think about.
There's a product called Flex Paint that is from a British company, and I've only used it a little bit, but
isn't that what we used on that one project?
I started using it on one project, and I was using black, which, with all the other blacks I've ever painted with, you use that to cover. It didn't cover. It wanted like 4 coats of black, and I could still see marks through it. So maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. So I haven't used it much. But I know of people online that swear by it. So it can't be that, it's 100% bad. It's just I did something wrong.
Yeah. But putting a base coat of Mod Podge helps because then you have a flexible layer that you are then painting to. But it's not necessary, but you like to use... I
like to use Plastidip because
it'll
dry...
Specifically black, if you can.
Yes, the different colors do come out differently out of the can. So the black Plastidip gives a very good, smooth covering as a base layer. Acrylic sticks to Plastidip really well. And I like Plastidip over Mod Podge because it's a 20-minute dry time versus a 2-day dry time. So it's not quite that bad, but I just don't have the patience to wait for it. However, I do have Creature Cast now, which is going to dry, which is a water-based, so it's going to take a long time to dry. I get to, I'm excited about playing with that.
Yeah. What project did we do that we used the painted on? Like, it was the Dragon Ball armor.
Okay.
With Joe.
Yeah.
He helped us with the painting because we did it. We put, what did we put down? The glue. It looked like not glue. It looked like white glue.
Oh, we put on Flex Coat.
We used Flex Coat on that, but we did it too thick. We needed to thin it out because doing that Flex Coat gave it a really nice, what would remind me of children's play structure texture, where it's the foam with the flexible plastic on top. But we did it too thick that we added brush marks, which was our downfall, and we did not like the brush marks. Other than we were doing cell shading, so you can't see, and it kind of works, and I'll tell myself that to make me feel better.
Right. Joe did a great job rescuing
He did rescue it.
Yeah, totally.
But that's what we used for that project, and we use that as a base. But it's holding up pretty well, but it doesn't get worn, but it's gone to cons.
It rode in the back of a truck to San Diego and back.
Yeah.
So yeah, Flex Seal, Flex Coat, which is it called? It's a product made by Roscoe. Roscoe makes gels and a whole bunch of film stuff.
Yeah, but it took forever to dry.
It did.
And we were streaky with it because we were know what we were doing.
Flex Bond, that's what it is. Yeah. Clear flexible sealant glue. Roscoe made this as a way of sealing styrofoam originally.
Yeah.
And so now people are using it as another EVA sealant.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like I said, it reminds me of the finish reminds me of those children's play structures. So
Yeah.
if that's what you're going for, spray it on. Thin it out and spray it on if you can. Because
So,
you will get brush strokes.
Yeah. Plaid Effects paints. You can get 32 different colors. They have them at all the craft stores and art stores. They're not that expensive. And
you don't necessarily need a base coat, but it helps.
But it helps. Yeah.
You know.
Stephen K. Smith on his channel paints almost exclusively with Liquitex and artists acrylics because they're a heavy body, heavy pigment made to cover.
Right.
So, and it's still acrylic. So
Having a nice opaque paint helps. Jerry Rick Pop says, Flex Bond, love the stuff.
sweet.
And James Allen ordered a gallon of creature cast, so
Oh, nice.
sounds like some fun projects are about to happen.
Oh yeah.
And then
Jerry, thank you for the gallons of creature cast.
Adaptable Gamers Inc. Thank you so much. We have a wrestler. We are making something for his gimmick, and we need to style it. Thank you
Nice.
again, and see you in the next con.
See you at the next con.
That's exciting. I like doing wrestlers'
Yeah.
costumes. They're flashy and fun, and you have to be able to wrestle in them. So lots of limitations, but interesting.
But
ones.
interesting. Yeah, you have to be able to take some of the abuse.
Done a couple wrestlers.
I don't know if I'm going to be going to SAC Anime Spring or not. They haven't talked to me, but at the same time, they didn't talk to me before it was last SAC Anime Winter, so I think
You'll announce it when you know?
I'll announce it when I know, and I probably should contact them to say, hey, are you guys expecting me to show up? I don't care. That's fine, but I should find out for sure if that's what they're expecting.
Phone guy. Every time my school has a project and need glue or something, and I see my friend use like small glue guns, I'm pulling out my big one and be like, haha, you're just a mortal. What a shame. It's not the size of the gun. It's the size of the heating element.
It's not the size of the heat gun. It's how you.
It's the flexibility of the heating element. That's
Right.
what I'm really liking, is that are you stuck to a wall? Because I like not being stuck to a wall.
Right.
That's where I get annoyed.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I can go anywhere.
I can
But
go anywhere.
I like the little one.
Yeah, actually.
I prefer the small one. This one's the one I like.
So the battery's here with the base unit, and this actually is all the heating elements.
And I like it's the little
Well, not
one,
heating
and that
elements,
it
but-
takes the little glue sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer this one too because it fits, right? It's comfortable for me, and it's comfortable for her.
I like it. I like that I can put it away to charge, heat up,
Yep.
and it doesn't take long to heat up, so
No,
I
because
don't
of
even
the
have to
small sticks.
leave it on.
Right.
So it's not the size, it's the utility. And are you stuck to a wall? And I like not being stuck to a wall. That's the main thing I look for in my glue sticks. And also, I hate spending money on expensive glue guns only for the heating element to make it melt here. Like when I'm trying to push the glue into the extruder and it's hot too close to this part.
Right.
And then it melts it as you're trying to get it into there. Gorilla Glue. Glenn did that to me, and I hated it. Every time I pulled it out, I'm like, this was supposed to be my nice one. And
Right.
so, I was very disappointed in that. And that's my number 2. I can't do that. I like not having a glue,
Right.
but it also needs to not melt before it gets into the extruder. And then melt easily once it's in the extruder. You know,
Yes.
who would have thunk? You know, like, I think I'm being extremely picky.
Sounds like some experience too.
Yes.
Someone
But
was-
they're not asking about that glue gun.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
what-
they
that's
were
what
asking
that
about
guy-
this blaster.
Oh, that's about the blaster. Oh, okay.
What's this blaster on the table?
What's the What is this blaster on the table?
It goes with this.
Right.
What is this?
Well, it looks like a belt with a really bad foam holster.
I think this goes with my poncho.
100%. That's your Leia belt.
This is Princess Leia's
Pistol, yeah. That's Return of the Jedi pistol from Princess Leia.
I mean blaster
Blaster.
algorithm.
Algorithm, yes.
All hail the algorithm, so that's what this is.
Yep.
Is Princess Leia's blaster.
Yeah. 3D printed.
And oozing
resin. Ew. Which is just...
right out of here. Because we filled it with resin.
Apparently we did.
And it got trapped inside there, so of course it's a perfectly sealed plastic bottle of resin.
Yeah, it'll never leak.
Except for it's completely...
Right.
Anyways. Why is it out? I don't know, but it is.
Because I happened to find it again in the shop. There was a point in time when I was wondering where it went, or you had asked where it went, and it's like, oh, hey, I finally found it.
Oh, okay.
At least that was what the way I thought it. Hey! Delane Embry just pledged to be a patron at the Minecraft level. So if you're watching, Delane, thank you, Delaney.
You have a new Minecraft friend.
Yes, sweet. Definitely, yeah, cool.
Where do both the mice work? Yes, they do.
Do both of us what?
Do both the mice work?
Yes, because
and yes, they do.
I have a laptop over here so I can see some of the video, and I tried to pull the chat up, and
yeah. Okay. Because
we need to cut really long pieces. We're back to cutting foam in order to continue, in order to work on the speech bubble.
Hey, look at Adaptable Gamer in Corp says they are TWF and Next Level Pro Wrestling in Sacramento. Hit us up if we can get you tickets if you want to go, LOL.
Sweet.
You know, that was one of the perks of working at Decades, is that I got tickets to the randomest things because we did their costumes.
Right. That's cool.
I missed that.
Thomas Hughes just says, pew, pew.
Pew, pew. Right?
Grusin's ordered a glue gun and several glue sticks from a country abroad, but they haven't shown up yet, so they probably got stuck in customs.
Get glue sticks locally, I guess.
Right.
So by the time it arrives, I don't know. Yeah.
And Moon Eyes 2K is letting us know exactly which sporting blaster it is they based the Leia's blaster on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's very cool. Dan Does Junk is here. Hellos to Dan Does Junk. Phone guy, hey, Odin, do you still have the Doom gun somewhere in there? I don't have either Doom gun right now. The super shotgun that I had made for the channel was put up on my Etsy and went almost immediately. And the BFG that I made for Smosh, that stayed with Smosh. So I don't have any Doom guns right now. Yeah.
Doom,
Doom, doom, doom, doom, doom, doom, doom.
I liked Gur's Doom song.
Yeah, well, I like Gur.
Right? I had a Gur... I don't have it anymore. I had a Gur beanie. That was this little hat.
Right.
He was my favorite. But I don't have that anymore. I gave it to a friend. That's okay. They're happy. Marble Guy says, Odin and Felicia, do you like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups? It's my favorite candy. Maybe you can try to make one that's the size of a kiddie pool. Wrong channel, but that sounds delicious. Because unless you want it made out of foam, which I would not recommend.
Oh, that sounds like a, sounds like a, which channel did you say it was? Or did you
I just said wrong.
Right, okay.
I was just laughing because there are YouTube channels
that
do
totally,
giant
that would
food.
do giant things, yeah.
I have made a giant Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
I believe it, for someone's costume.
No.
No?
Like as one in a pie pan to eat.
Oh, okay.
Because I read a recipe and said that looked delicious.
Yeah, it's peanut butter.
Right? And tempering the chocolate so it's the right texture is important. And adding sugar to your peanut butter is what really makes it extra.
Makes it candy.
Yeah, makes it Reese's CC. But it was only like a pie pan, not a kiddie pool. But yes, Reese's are good.
Yeah. Steve will be at Creators Con in Oklahoma City as well in a month.
Dan Dungeons Junk says hellos.
Hellos. Yeah, hey, more HD foam.
Guy with the green hat, what parts are you guys assembling? We are on Chapter 6 of Lost Wax Oz's video.
No, we're now jumping up to Chapter 7.
Oh, we finished that, so we are now up to Chapter 7.
Right. It was just moving together. Moving on. It's like, all right.
All right, we did that. So we're up
on
to
the speech bubble, which is the beginnings of the Cyclotron.
So we actually have to now cut some new pieces. We have to cut the strips we haven't cut yet. So you thought we were done cutting pieces.
Nope.
More pieces to cut.
It's the return of the cutting.
Big Box Prop says, I use Hexflex paints from Polyprops in the UK. So.
There you are, Hexflex. Yes, I've heard of Hexflex too.
Foam it smells like sandals, like flip-flops from the store during
Pretty
summertime.
much, yeah.
Like when you go to...
Yeah, no, it does.
Yeah, that's
Well,
totally those sensory memories, like all flooding back.
Yep.
It's the pool aisle of like Kmart or something.
Yep. It's yeah.
It's flip-flops, it's shoes, it's Payless smell.
It's Payless smell, it's
yeah.
Cheap shoe store smell. Yep. Totally.
Because that stuff totally would make great flip-flops.
Pretty much, yeah. I think the majority of the flip-flops I remember when I was younger were neoprene, but that's just a different type of foam.
Yeah. Oh, Moon Eye says, at Awesome Us, actually plural of living or plural of computer is both mice, but if you have one of each, it's mouses. Fun fact. So if you have two mouses, not mice because they're not living mice?
They're actually computer mouses?
You have two computer mouses, not two mice. I don't know. Never thought about that.
Okay, is he telling or Moon Eye? Yeah, Moon Eyes, right? Is he telling or?
I guess so.
With the pattern piece, 20, got 2 long strips, 6 millimeter foam, the width of...
The pearl of living or... Okay. Awesome says at Moon Eyes, so it's a fishes situation. Fishes.
Right.
Guy with the green hat at Odin Makes, the speech bubble is actually the synchronous generator and is part of the main generator that makes the energy needed to make the stream in order to zap the ghosts.
Yep.
So we are making the main zapper.
Yes, we're making yes.
The source of the zap. The source of the stream. Yeah, the energy generator. Jerry Russell, do you have the blue shell from Mario Kart? You're welcome. This is it, right?
Yeah, it's one of them. There's 2 of them here.
Yeah.
That's the one I made for Smosh.
Yeah.
And then up there is the one I made on my channel. So we actually have 2 blue shells.
So you're welcome. Throw it. Is this a hat?
It was cut to fit over a toy truck so we could make it scoot on the floor.
That's even awesomer.
Yep. Whereas this one's just a solid thing.
To be
And horribly dusty, which my first impulse
Don't blow it on me.
is to blow it because I always find that as a very amusing thing in movies, but yeah, no.
I will die and be sneezing for the rest of the stream.
I'm not going to do that. Because it's pretty bad.
Right? I can write, like, hi on it.
Yep. That's supposed to be white.
But, here, catch. No. Marble Guy. Odin, whenever I'm trying... Oh, he just deleted that one. As I was reading it, never mind. He was asking about cutting foam.
He deleted it. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to read it, sorry.
The Blue Show, quick, use the horn. Yes, awesomeness. I just recently realized you could do that in the newer Mario... Well, to me, it's newer. I just finally started playing Mario Kart 8.
Okay, there you go. He wrote the comment. So, Odin, whenever I'm trying to cut foam, I'm having kind of a hard time cutting with an X-Acto knife or box cutter because my cuts are so uneven. Do you have any suggestions?
I'm not sure what part's uneven. If that's just muscle control, keeping the knife on the line or against the ruler, or if it's is your knife dull?
If you're struggling getting even cuts, the first thing I would do is a fresh blade or sharpen your blade because that's probably the main source of your issue is a dull knife. It's going to give you the dragging. It's not going to cut through the foam. It's going to give you chunks as you go down the line.
Yep.
So first thing you do, if there's issues with the sewing machine, you just replace the needle. If you're having issues with cutting your blades,
your blade needs to be sharpened or replaced. A sharp blade cutting through foam you're not going to really feel it. I mean, you do, but you don't.
It cuts through like butter.
Yeah. If it's a dull blade, you can feel it tear.
Yes.
And you never want to feel it tear. Yeah.
It's like squeaks through the foam. It doesn't cut through the foam.
Right.
You have to don't force it.
Don't force it.
If you're forcing it, it's not just, it's going to be stressful. Sharpen your blades. Like, where's that thing you have that I love?
It should, I think it's down there.
There
it is.
This thing.
Yep. This is it's a knife honer. This isn't technically a sharpener. It's a honing stone, but whatever. It's the same thing the chef was always using to attack the crab that sings.
Yeah, but this one's portable and looks like a flashlight, but it's not.
Yep.
But this thing just sharpens just a... Oh, it cuts better. Just a...
Uh-huh.
So, like, if I'm working on a big project and I don't want to keep replacing blades, this thing was amazing. just to keep going.
The other thing I've noticed, I have gotten to prefer the 9mm snap-off box cutter blades over the 18mm blades. I used to swear by the larger size 18mm one, but this blade is less than a millimeter thick, and the 18mm blade is about a millimeter thick. So it becomes a wider piece of material you're trying to bring through whatever you're cutting. You're cutting a wider path. So at this point, I prefer the smaller blade.
Because a thinner blade cuts through a little easier.
Because the slow knife penetrates the shield.
Yeah, and then don't take multiple cuts. If you have a long cut, plan on doing it in one cut, one steady, smooth motion, taking a deep breath, using the length of the knife.
Pretty much,
because
if you can.
I know in foam core I was taught you should probably take 3 shallow, light cuts in the same spot over and over.
Same thing with styrene, yeah.
But see, he's an expert and knows these things. I'm like almost
been there. Go ahead, you got it.
But with foam, I feel like you really have to do one cut, because if you go back to your cut, that's when you get the little.
That's when you get because you've made your first cut and then you make a second cut, and when the two pieces come apart, you have this weird tectonic shelf thing on the side, and yeah, that's the multiple cut.
Yeah. So if you're struggling with cutting, we've all been there. Add sharp knives. Make a big difference. Like if you're struggling, it's most likely you have a dull knife. And then also use metal straight edges. And if you have a curve, a metal curve would be nice and helpful. I've used tuna cans before, but
yeah. So my preference for a straight edge for a ruler is always a metal ruler, because I've cut pieces off my wooden rulers, I cut pieces off my plastic rulers, so I just got to where I just don't use them at all.
Yes. But straight edges on a rule, like a metal ruler specifically, if you're worried about not getting the full motion.
Yep.
But plan on doing it in one cut and not 3.
And Stevie's chiming in saying, yeah, always buy the good quality box cutters. Don't get the cheap plastic ones. Pretty much, this kind of is a cheap plastic one because it came with an Amazon set, but I'm really happy with it. It works for what I want. But yeah, I had the one that I loved for the longest time was an Olfa that had a ratcheting. It would actually twist. It wasn't just a slide lock.
Yeah.
And I've still got that knife. That thing's 25 years old. Yeah, but I don't
My
use it
favorite
anymore.
knives is from when I worked at Safeway in the deli.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
I got a lefty and a righty box cutter knives.
Okay.
Well, because box cutters were a rare commodity and you had to be issued a box cutter. You had,
Right.
And I was issued I got a left-handed one from a friend because I'm ambidextrous, I can use both sides.
Okay.
So I got a left-handed one and then they issued me a right-handed one, so I had both. And so I...
Okay.
Anyways, I loved those things. They were the best box cutters, and I've had them for way too long that I'm not going to admit. But I still have them in a drawer. But I don't use those ones daily anymore. But those were like the best ones. They were just they didn't wiggle. You know how sometimes the blades wiggle in them?
Yes.
Those ones didn't.
Okay. Nice.
I don't know. My lefty and my righty ones. I didn't know that made lefty ones, so I of course had to keep it.
Right, because I would assume this is a righty with the thumb working for the right side. So
Well,
you got
also,
one that works.
Yeah.
Because the handle's cut wrong for that.
Yeah, it's like completely the same, but it's like the opposite. So it would be for, instead of like, I don't know. There is definitely a direction. There is a lefty and a righty one.
And then there's that box cutter that for the novelty I just had to buy. This is the 25 millimeter box cutter.
For the big foam projects.
Which I thought was really awesome until I started trying to use it. It's like, yeah, okay, maybe not. I do like that it's all metal. It's all metal construction.
Yeah. I feel like I could use that for cardboard.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about box cutters from now.
Super Loof says, "Hi Odin, when are you going to release an episode of Odin Makes? You haven't released an epi in a while."
I got sick. I got behind. I'm gonna do a video up this
keep
week.
It up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a video up this week. I got sick and then I just needed to recover. And
I'm sorry, people. He's not a robot.
Yeah.
Go get back in your Mecha Godzilla costume,
Okay.
and then pretend you're a robot.
Okay.
No feelings for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Go plug in.
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. So, Dune reference, love it.
Doom, doom.
Dun, 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 dun. Blaze Elm says, so we are saying that Felicia is encouraging people to use sharp knives on foam. Yes.
Yes.
Sharp knives, sharp needles, sharp scissors.
Yep.
When your tools are sharp, things go so much easier.
Yeah.
Life is easier when your tools are sharp. Super Loof. Hi, Odin. Where are you? Oh, yeah. Yes, that one. Okay.
Oops.
Oh, look it. Blaze Elms wants you to make something from Lego, or maybe the new Batman movie.
I went to the new Batman movie, and I had the same issue. Okay, this isn't an issue with the movie. This is a personal issue. Going to the movie, I still had the same issue I had watching the trailers, where nothing grabbed me as a, oh, I want to make that. There's nothing wrong with what's in the movie. It's just, yeah, it's...
There's things you could do, but...
There's things I could do, but, and there's a couple of fantastical type props that aren't in the trailers that still didn't make me go, oh, I want to make that.
So, maybe something.
But I'm a Batman fan, I think. I think this is Shady Dragon's second super chat.
Yes, we missed the first one, I think.
Just in case you need another one, LOL. Yep, for a great live stream. Thank you, Shady, with a couple of super chats. Appreciate that.
Blaze Elms wants to know, does it depend on foam thickness? Does your blade thickness depend on the foam thickness?
No. The width of the blade, I don't think I worry about that versus the thickness of the foam, because it's the amount of, you're dragging an object through another object that was solid. So
yeah.
Length. This is a time when length is important.
That's when you
yeah.
extend it for the full length of the cut so that you can drag the widest part of the blade down, because that's going to give you the best straight cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of straight cuts and
Right.
having a nice metal ruler, as you scoffed at me for saying using a metal ruler.
Who scoffed at you?
You did, didn't you? You're like,
I didn't scoff at a metal ruler.
You said you don't always use one. You don't need one. I thought you were saying that you could do it without one.
Oh.
Did I misread that? I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Yes, but...
I hope I never scoffed at you for about using a metal ruler.
Yes. But look how clean that cut is.
Yeah, thank you.
It looks like it came from the manufacturer. But... Yes. Lone Eagle says, even the Norse god Odin needs to go to Odin's sleep to recover.
Yep. I've got my special Odin nest and I go curl up in it.
And then crash.
And then crash. That's okay. I'm going to have a peanut butter and jelly hamburger this week, so I'm pretty excited about that. At least I should. Moved.
Oh, Blaze Elm says not blade thickness, blade sharpness, I meant. Yes.
Oh, yes, 100%.
It's more important the sharpness than the size of the blade.
Yeah.
Length helps. So having the longer blades versus just the little individual razor. Does that make sense? The one-piece razor blades versus the long strip razor blades. You can get a longer blade out of this break-off kind.
Yes,
because you can push it all the way out. Where the individual piece ones, you're kind of limited to that, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but
right.
it's easier to have the longer cutting edge. He says, not saying in a rude way. Didn't take it in a rude way.
That's good.
Would a lightsaber work for cutting foam? I'd imagine burn the foam, but I want to know your opinion.
I think I would get too rough of an edge using a lightsaber. Seeing how well it cuts metal, I think it would just cause too much blistering and burning on the edges of the foam. I wouldn't get the straight cut that I like.
You're not getting a laser cut. You're getting a melted cut.
Right.
You're just melting.
Which is the same reason why I don't use a hot wire, which should cut through the EVA foam. It won't necessarily cut any faster than a razor knife, but I'm not going to get a clean cut.
You're going to get a melt.
I'm going to get a melt.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a potentially charred melt.
Danger Does Junk says, my go-to has been an 8mm blade.
Yep. That's what I'm using right now.
Yeah. I use whichever one I can find. And no, it's never sharp.
No, it's never sharp.
Yeah.
Oops. Or not. It's on the floor. Oh, thank you for catching it. Appreciate that.
Yep, Moon Eyes 2K. A lightsaber's also a fairly wide blade, so it would cause a lot of scrap loss. Yeah, it's not practical. Maybe if you had a tiny, skinny laser. No, like you said, a hot wire.
Yeah.
It's not the most practical, even though we want it to be.
So, if we want to use a fantastical way of cutting foam, they'll give you a really perfect edge. My favorite sci-fi novel idea for how to cut something in half. They set the object up so it was perfectly straight up and down. It's a scimitar. Okay, so you got the Scimitar Sword, which has the grip and the big, wide, heavy cleaving end, right? But they wanted to improve it by giving it a diamond core, so it'd be sharper. It would be. So what they did is straight up and down on his work table, he created a time field that perfectly bisected the sword and set half the sword a minute into the future. Now he's got his sword totally cut in half. And then they layered in, I don't remember how many centimeters of carbon, and then put the other half of the sword back on it, put it under immense pressure, and sent it back 1,000,000 years. And then it appeared in the workbench, and now it's got a diamond core that, with all the pressure, has been fused to the metal.
Well, since we don't have time for that.
Yeah, we don't have time for that. But I thought it was a great idea. Like, yeah, how to use time travel as a tool. I like it.
Make my glue and paint dry faster for sure.
For sure.
Can I go to the time when this is done? Oh, I love it.
I love it. Oh, wait, I still have to do it.
Right. Montage machine.
Montage machine. Or, Bill and Ted trying to get into the police station. It's like, well, just remember we got to take your dad's keys and stick them in the bush right there and we'll be able to get in. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll remember to do that. Oh, look, the keys.
Dion Gazer says, I use my teeth to cut foam.
There you go.
So did somebody's kitty cat, but then they ended up needing surgery, so
right.
I wouldn't recommend that.
No.
It is squeaky, though.
I had a friend's ferret that loved, my flip-flops like you're talking about.
Toby likes scraps, but I don't give him scrap foam. I give him scrap fabric tied up in one of those rope balls.
Yeah, but if you're giving him a cotton fabric, that's not going to necessarily impact his digestive system.
It has to be not stringy, like no
Yeah.
strings, because if those strings, like if it frays a lot, those could get stuck in his digestive
Yep.
system. So I don't highly recommend it, but my dogs do know that when I'm working on a sewing project, when I'm done,
They're
I
gonna get
often give
toys.
them they get a toy. Especially if they stay off my fabric.
Right. If you're good, you'll get some. If you insist on getting it, you're not getting anything extra later. You're going to get yelled at, and you're not going to get anything extra.
Well, they know the sound of your saw.
Yes, they do.
It didn't take very many times for them to go, hey, I know what that means.
I've got some really long rawhide chew sticks for the dogs when they come by, and instead of giving Bruno one that's 18 inches long, I just cut it not in half. You know, big piece for big dog, little piece for little dog. And, oh yeah, they know what that noise is.
Yep. Ralph Mork, a quantum workbench. I want one.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? That was part of the story of the Cross Time Engineer,
Yes.
which was a fun book, even if it isn't 100% PC anymore. But it was still a really fun book, a fun set of books, easy read.
Lone Eagle says, how do you think a monofilament wire would work like they used in the Ring World books? Again, melted.
No, the Ringworld books, if it works like the Eldar Shuriken or the Eldar Harlequin, excuse me, basically they have a monomolecular filament wire, so there's one molecule wide, and that is able to cut through anything. So it's strong enough that it doesn't break, but as a single molecule wide, it goes through everything.
I feel like that's the unobtainium that we're always trying to like create in science.
Monomolecular filament seems a bit more attainable to me than time travel.
Yeah, especially since we have nanoparticles, nanocarbon technology.
Although we're all time traveling, it's just we're all kind of moving this in the future at the same rate and whatever. You know, at least we're in this planet
together.
at this speed
We're
together.
time traveling together, people.
Yep. But yeah, the in Warhammer 40K, the Eldar, the Harlequins had there's a forearm thing. It kind of looked like the drop point on Google Maps. So it had a spool at the end and a snout that came out the front. And yeah, it was the monomolecular wire thing, and they would shoot that into the troopers, and it would just sort of spaghetti inside and liquefy them, and then somehow manage to retract. Or maybe it just cut off because you could have plenty on a spool.
I'm imagining somebody swallowing a spring. Ugh.
Yep.
You know, technology.
Technology.
The future. Looking forward to that. No. Marble Guy says, I literally feel shaky when I start cutting foam. You and me both. I naturally have a shake. But take a deep breath and do it in the exhale.
Yeah,
at least that's what I do.
Yep. That is not bad advice at all. So I cut a second time.
And breathe, because oftentimes I find myself holding my breath, and when I'm not breathing, I'm pushing harder and making worse decisions. But if I, on the exhale, or at least am breathing while I'm cutting, it does help. And,
yeah, I'm seeing that I'm holding my breath a lot making these cuts. And I've got, you guys can't really see it, but if you can see the blue, and then there's no blue, I don't know if you can see it on 4.
None of the cameras show that.
But because I've got a rough kind of cut wavy table, I ended up putting this piece of aluminum underneath my cutting mat. So this part is really flat. This part's not. So I've got this thing under my mat that gives a, and on this long cut, every time at that point, I have to cut again and again because the foam is not getting backed, and I don't know. It's just, it's a problem. A problem I haven't bothered to fix yet.
It's a reoccurring problem.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, yes, it happens to the best of us. But also, you could also use power tools.
Yeah. No, I could totally set this up and cut it in the bandsaw.
Yeah, bandsaws are an option. Power tools go great. They're so easy with foam. But so is a blade, so.
Yeah. So I'm totally happy with my scallops bandsaw blade that I show in my videos sometimes. But honestly, even a variable tooth bandsaw blade, meaning that there's parts that are going to have more teeth per inch versus another one that has fewer teeth per inch. It's just, that gives a really good cut too. So a high TPI seems to give a really good cut on foam. And I think Stephen K. Smith on his channel talked about how he liked his dull bandsaw blade. That gave him a really clean cut on his foam.
Because you want to create the long cuts. It makes a lot of sense. But yeah, don't forget power tools. They are an option. They're not necessary. You don't need them. But they do make things easy. If you want to...
If you know how you want to use them, they can speed things up. They're a nice time-saving thing.
It's just also
Or-
another option, because
Yeah.
if you're shaky and you can't do the long cuts,
Right.
but you can feed it through the machine, guided, and it's another option. Workarounds, modern problems, modern solutions.
Modern solutions.
Yeah.
The other fun thing is power tools. If something goes wrong, they'll make things go wrong so much faster.
But also using guides, like metal rulers, also helps.
Yep.
Because even if you're shaky, you still have your straight line you're following.
Oh, like Ashley was actually asking me today, do you think you'll go to Blick this week? As I sit here and just cut a brand new roll of foam into strips. Yeah, I might actually. I need 4, so this is 4.
Yeah.
It's way
Yeah,
longer
that
than
point-
it needs to be. I'm going to have leftover, but
It's better that than not long enough, because then you'll have,
yeah.
yeah. TPI, teeth per inch, Bernie Davis is asking.
Yep, TPI is teeth per inch. It's just if you look at bandsaw blades, it's going to be one of the things that's listed on the blade. A wood cutting blade has a consistent TPI. The bimetal blades, the multi-material cutting blades, usually have a variable TPI. Yeah,
You don't know till you know, and then it makes...
then it makes sense, and
Yeah.
it takes a little bit to figure it out. Yeah.
Why does this suck? Oh, it's because
Oh,
I have the wrong
because-
kind of teeth.
Because the operator sucks. That's what it is.
User error.
User error.
Dan does junks. I really hate it when my blade follows some imaginary curvy ruler instead of the one I'm using to cut a straight edge. You know why? Because you're looking. You're peeking. So therefore, you're peeking to see where you are, so you're adjusting your hand.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you're doing. You got to look at where you've been or where you're going. You can't look where you're cutting, because that's when you get off.
That's actually a great point. I'm usually looking where I'm going. I've gotten used to looking at where I'm going, especially on a curve. So I'm cutting something, I'm not using a ruler. There, it's safe. And I'm cutting then I'm all looking where I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't look where you're cutting. If you're looking at where you're cutting, you're moving your blade out of the way so you can see the line. And then you are creating that imaginary curve because you're still following the straight line, but because you're looking at where you're currently cutting, you're cutting off. But if you look at where you've been or where you're going,
Yeah.
you don't quite, I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
No, that
hope
totally
helps.
makes sense.
Yeah. Ralph Morick,
Mouth Rorik.
Graphene is one molecule thick material and made from graphite and is insanely strong and very conductive and actually exists. See? I was
Yeah,
like, it
there
sounds
you are.
like we're, yeah.
Yeah, it's something that's real or potentially very real,
We're
as
getting
opposed
there.
to time travel in a different direction other than 1 minute at a time forward.
Yes. Iana Lith is late. No.
What?
Sorry for running late. Went out for sushi. And hi, Odin.
Oh,
And
well, that's
Felicia.
acceptable. Hi, Iana.
Hope the sushi was good.
Yeah, I hope you had good sushi. You didn't just go have, like, gas station sushi.
Blaze Film says, this stream is a foam cutting debate.
It is!
Well, not a debate. I would call it more of a rant.
More of a rant. We just got to ask questions, and we're working our way through it. And,
We're cutting foam today, so
Yeah.
ask away foam cutting questions.
Home cutting questions.
We're back to cutting foam.
Well,
Yeah. And it's not easy. It is easy.
it is easy, but it's not easy. But it's not a big
Things
deal.
you don't know till you know, and then you're like, oh.
Oh, that was half the battle.
Knowing's half the battle. And you don't know until you make mistakes.
Right.
So, Miss Frizzle's right. Make mistakes,
Oh,
get
yeah.
messy.
Yes.
Yes. That's how you learn.
As long as you don't get, like, horribly frustrated and turn green and destroy your shop. Yeah, learning from mistakes is great. So I got 4 cut at the width of number 27.
Oh, Dan Dishuk says, no, I'm looking at the right spot. My hand sometimes forgets how to be a hand properly. LOL.
Oh, right.
And then Moon Eye says, and even if you're not moving your blade in a curve, you are making an angled cut because you lean the knife.
Yep.
So-
All the time. I try to hold the knife straight up and down, but it is literally, I try every time. I know that the knife will lean, especially if you're looking at where you're cutting, you'll lean the knife.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
And then also if there's a slight grain.
Yeah.
Like you catch something and then all of a sudden there's that imaginary curved grain that it's effortlessly going the wrong way.
Wrong way. It's like,
Where you're trying to go back and enforcing it, it doesn't want to. Anyways, yes. I understand the pain. It does happen.
Cut lines on the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Angle of your knife really does matter. Where you're going, the way it's pointed, it
Okay.
all affects your straight
Right.
cut. Hey!
Rereading the instructions again.
I know, I don't want to do it wrong.
Yeah. No.
Better to read it twice than just do it wrong. We got the Trash Panda here now,
Sweet.
saying
Hello,
sorry for
Trash
being
Panda.
late.
Good morning, Trash Panda.
And Bernie
How's
Davis
Tuesday?
says got out of therapy. Sorry I was late. So
Oh,
welcome.
that's all fine.
Welcome to crafting therapy. Where we put your problems aside and pretend they don't exist while we make other problems.
Yes.
Trash Panda, never a mistake, always a lesson. Or both. Oh, interesting. Moon Eye says the curving cut is also for the same reason that people, particularly kids, turn their bikes the same direction they look.
Yeah.
So when I first learned how to snowboard, my friend's only instructions to me was point to where you're going, where you want to go.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, I made it down first time without falling, pointed to the direction where I wanted to
I
go.
can't
It
say
really
that.
helped. And it made a lot of sense to me. And I went most of my runs were pretty clean with the exception of the crazy lady, and then I was done. But we already had that story for
Right.
today. But that makes a lot of sense. Where you
It does make
point
a lot of sense.
really affects where you're going to go. Yeah. And a lot of things yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm cutting circles at work, because we often cut giant circles,
Yes, you do.
I try and start out going straight for 1/4 of an inch, but then I'm also imagining as I'm doing giant circles,
Mhm.
I'm also imagining going straight every time I take that curve. I don't know. It's weird how to try and explain it, but it's often looking at where I'm going and not where I've been. Yeah. Lots of curves. Lots of curves.
You're making wedding dresses.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
How loud is a bandsaw? Marble Guy wants to know. Because I live in an apartment with neighbors besides me. I want to try cutting with a bandsaw.
Depends on the bandsaw. This one's not so bad. And it makes a little more noise when you start putting stuff through it. Smaller ones, they're about the same. Bandsaws aren't too bad, but I'm not sure if they're a good apartment.
Yeah, sounds like it might be your friend.
So, I don't know.
Don't use them at night.
I used to use power
More?
tools in the back porch of my apartment all the time, and no one really complained. But I tried to make sure I was doing it, during the day. I wouldn't go out at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night and start running power tools because that's just not cool. Because
I'm just not a quiet human being.
Nope.
I can't sit quietly to save my life. If they said sit in this chair neatly and quietly for an hour, I would die. So, I can't imagine.
People are asking me how I feel about snowboarding. I'm gonna watch the Lost Wax Saws video a little bit.
Oh, are you trying to... Okay,
Double check on what exactly what I'm doing next.
okay. I'll pull out the master plan so I can pretend I know where we're at, too.
Sure.
Because I definitely got distracted. Sorry.
It's okay.
We did all this to step 10, so I can cross all this out.
Pretty much, yep. You
My-
cross all that out.
Favorite thing about lists is crossing things out, so I
Nice.
often write things I've already done just so I have the pleasure of... Did it.
Crossing everything out.
Yes.
Yep.
It's so satisfying. So you cut 2 long strips of 6mm foam with the width of the pattern piece 27.
I have cut 4 long strips of.
Cut them each 4 feet long. Done. Yay!
Yep.
Line up the end
They're
of
actually
piece.
5 feet long, but
Ooh, I'm telling.
no, it's the length of the mat.
Yeah. Line up the ends of piece 27 with the end of one of the strips and mark then cut the lines in the front. On the front.
Right, that's the part I'm double checking because
Yeah.
I don't want to cut a bunch of individual pieces. I'm pretty sure we're just
Doing
making.
V cuts. Or... From the last cut line, measure another 48 centimeters and cut the strips to that length. Repeat this to make the second strip, but this time you only need to add 28 cuts.
Centimeters.
Oh, 28 centimeters. I'm like trying to cut everything right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Past the last
Eventually
cut
you'll
line.
make it a cut. We'll make the cut.
Yeah.
So,
All this
I'm
cutting
watching
foam,
TV,
I just want to
he's
cut it all
drawing
off.
his things.
Get a few old gift cards. Do you have a few old gift cards?
I don't, so I'll have to get there when I get there.
No, I know.
I'm still waiting for him to move on to. We're just making score marks, right, Chris? And we're not continuing the lines all the way down. There's the gift cards. Oh, I see. The gift cards are for.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
They're using them as your cutting mats.
So he only cuts part of the way through. All right, I understand what he's saying now. Okay.
You're picking up what he's putting down?
I'm picking up what he's putting down. Oh, and I hit the wrong button. Instead of pausing it where I wanted to pause it, I made it back up and restart.
Yeah. If you guys want to see where we're at, we're watching Chapter 27 of Lost Wax Oz's
Yep. I'm currently at
video.
Then at 15:15, which I can't quite see over there. And then we're gonna go do. Yeah, that's pretty close.
Hey, Blazone says, Odin ever made merch? If not, he should. We were talking about that earlier in the stream.
If you look, I've got some merch on Teespring or Spring where you can get t-shirts with different logos on it. I actually have merch that I send out to my patrons, so you get a hard enamel pen with a logo when you're joining at the Minecraft level. And yeah,
Got stickers.
I got stickers currently on my Etsy. It's the new sticker that's all over the place right now. It's my Odin Makes logo with Mechagodzilla cartoon, the chibi Mechagodzilla cosplay that Ace drew, that I'm actually quite happy about.
Yeah.
And we were talking earlier to the patrons only about maybe it doesn't cost a lot to do the pins, but it costs more than I've got right now. I think it would be fun to make.
There's initial investments going into creating merchandise. And
Yeah.
would you guys be interested in helping a Kickstarter to invest in more merchandise? Because he'd be willing to do it.
Yep.
But it does take an initial investment.
Yep, exactly. For making more of those enamel pins of the Mechagodzilla just all by itself. Ace is talking about doing the Gundam, so that's kind of exciting. I'm hope you can see the Gundam soon from Ace.
Yeah.
And he's got a few other things he's talked about, but
I want this on a sweatshirt.
yeah, I need to make that happen too. But I haven't been able to log in this spring. It's weird.
Yeah. I also want one of those Foeman Ranger sweatshirts.
Foeman Ranger.
The Mighty Morphin Foeman Rangers.
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
That one I like.
Cool.
Yes. So, Shady Dragon O says merch is under the videos. Well, some of
Merch
it.
is under the videos.
Working on more. If you guys are interested, speak out, leave a comment, let him know what you want, and we can see about making things happen.
We're doing all we can to make more merch happen.
If you want it, if you build it, they will come, or if you
Something
guys
like that.
mention it, we will build it. I don't know. Okay. We got some good suggestions to cut foam with hypothetical blades.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're still playing with the hypothetical things.
Well, there's one more.
We're only doing the few, right? That's the other thing. The other thing I really want to make sure of is that I'm only cutting these.
Because
and
then
rest
it's
is
the
remaining.
28.
Yeah, then it's 28 more of just being clear. And I'm pretty sure that's what I'm seeing.
11 inches past the last cut line. You have it written out here, so
okay.
you can at least double check your measurements.
Well, yeah, but
But
this
seeing
didn't
it-
explain it nearly as well for me as watching the video.
Yes, and he did intend for us to watch the video to make his Proton Pack, not go by his
Not go
written
by-
directions
right.
solely, but...
But he's got way more detailed instructions than I put on my patterns. So, who is this he we're talking about? Who is this pattern-making person that we're
You know, the person who we are totally knocking off their Proton Pack and using their pattern and all their mental work. Yeah.
It's Chris from the Lost Wax Oz channel. So we're using Chris Hubert's pattern that he made, that he's featured on his YouTube channel called Lost Wax Oz, which I highly recommend. He's a friendly, happy a creator that's made some. He does a lot of steampunk stuff, but he's got his Proton Pack going.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
You don't want to wait for us to get through this Proton Pack, watch the video and do it yourselves, but I bet you'll be right catching up to us. And you'll be like, geez, it does take forever, doesn't it? Yes.
Yep, it does. We are taking a long time because with this particular live stream, the whole point is to do all the work with you guys while you're watching. and not get and not have the miracle, I made the souffle and now let me just reach under the counter and here's one that's done. We're just trying to not do that.
No cooking show.
Yeah.
We are showing the unglamorous side of crafting. The making part.
The making part. Which of course means that we'll be doing this for a little while.
Yeah, it takes time, especially since we finally get going and it's time to clean up.
Yep.
And put it away for a whole nother week.
Whole nother week.
Not think about it.
Right.
Then mentally finally get back into the project to put it away again. So.
Yeah. And this is really the only time I hang out with you every week. I on occasion, but for the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
This is it.
Because I haven't been here since I got my new shiny job.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to come in here all the time when I was working.
Right.
But now I don't work doing that as much.
Doing that as much.
And now I'm full-time over at the other place. So yeah, this is my only day to craft.
28 centimeters.
Iana Lift says, at Odin Makes, I currently have a healthy pin collection and would love to see you all make pins, mugs, and stickers. If you threw in t-shirts and a Kickstarter, I would back it.
Okay.
That's good to know. Thank you for showing your support because we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, he can. Sorry. I don't.
Yeah, totally. The cost of getting going really isn't that bad for getting a bunch of the pins made. I just don't have it. It's not a credit card expense I want to pick up right now.
I know. You think YouTubers, you think, oh wait, they make millions of views and lots of where anyway.
I am making enough that I can support myself and I can support my family. Not make a bunch of merch.
Yes. Bernie Davis wants to know, could you cut foam with a chainsaw?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
It would not be a pleasant experience, in my opinion.
No. It would make a heck of a mess, like you would expect it to. But, oh yeah, that'll cut. You'll just be shredding foam everywhere.
Yeah. You get chunks of sawdust everywhere. I can totally see chunks of foam all chopped up, chewed up, and even if you're doing like a foam log,
Yeah. I think chainsaw is one of the messier
options.
As far as making sawdust, yeah.
Iana List wants to know, can you wait a few months for Kickstarter so I can save? Don't worry, we're not on top of our stuff in any way, shape, or form. So by the time it does happen, we might all have our lives together. Shh, I'm not saying this live.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
There's just barely enough time. I could probably, if all of a sudden I had, a few $100s fall on me, I could probably get the Mechagodzilla pins made in time for Creators Con in Oklahoma. But that's only if I order them like the first couple days of this week. And I'm not even prepared to put everything together. So
you're behind a video.
I need to make a video.
Be nice to yourself first.
Okay.
Get that video done because they want it.
They need it. I want a video out too.
And the all algorithm gods demand it. They demand blood sacrifice, Odin.
Yes, they do. Demand a blood sacrifice.
So, all hail the mighty algorithm. Do that first and then get the merch.
Yeah. Okay.
But eventually. Moon Eyes 2K. I'm making enough that I can support myself. And that's a successful career at being a content creator.
Yes, exactly. So, Moon Eyes, you're also supporting yourself as a content creator?
You understand?
That's amazing. Congratulations. Yes. Just before the pandemic went full swing, like, late 2019, October, I quit my day job because, this is going great.
Right?
Well, it still is, but...
We did talk about that, like what the buyout number was. How much do I have to be making to...
Right. At what point does my side job become my primary job? At what point do those two change?
Yeah, I got a raise, so my pie back raised. And I was like, dang nabbit. Part of me's like, but if you underpay me, it's so much easier to leave.
Right.
But you pay me so well and treat me so well, and I enjoy this, all right?
All right, I'm here, I guess.
Right.
Oh, this one isn't working nearly as nicely as I wanted it to.
They're asking about an infinity gauntlet, and I just wanted to tell them your wish is my command.
Right, it's up there. It's one of those things that I've still got, even though I promised it to someone else and it never got sent out, so I've got this weird guilt feeling with it.
It's still here.
It's still here.
Yeah. High five. It's missing a ring.
Yes, it is. A couple of them. But.
It's wedding ring. So you're welcome. You should check out his video on how he did it.
Yep.
It's so weird because it's a leather glove underneath. It feels like it's actually pushing back.
Right.
So it's like a real hand. So weird. So.
That's not a horrible amount of leftover scrap.
So the extra foot wasn't unnecessary?
No, because it's less than a foot.
That is definitely less than a foot.
So I only needed to cut 2 strips. So I'm going to have some scrap. But I can probably do something with it, so don't you worry about it.
Right. It's not like foam strips aren't a commodity to be used.
Right. It's not like for less than a pizza I can go get more foam.
But pizza.
But pizza!
Ralph Mork says, I'm making almost $10 a month with my content. Soon I can quit my day job and retire.
Yes!
Well, you're making more than me, so there's that. No, this isn't my career or anything. This is my fun time for me.
Yeah, fun time.
Yeah. This is my hobby.
Right, and I
I
appreciate
have the luxury of this being my hobby.
But I appreciate you spending your time hanging out. I do appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Free time to start dream. Moon Eye says, I only wish one day. On the other hand, I have the advantage that I'm on medical pensions, which allows me free time to do streaming freely, making it easier to attempt. Well, way to go. I support you.
Yeah.
Anything you can do for yourself, honestly. Because it's so much easier making projects for other people on my opinion experience. I find it easier making things for other people than myself. Because it's,
You're less picky?
No, because I get paid money when I do it for other people.
That helps a lot, yeah.
And so also them giving me weird creative challenges and constantly doing stuff for others is so much easier, but then I get an idea for me, and then there's so many. I'm so nice to myself and give myself all the leeway to not have to.
I'm going to start a YouTube channel eventually.
No. Oh, Lordy. Yeah. But
that's okay. You had computer problems, and then the world had supply chain problems, and
yep, and I still haven't solved any of those issues or attempted to pull that out of.
Yeah, whatever.
But life. Yeah. Ralph Mork says, YouTube is my hobby too. I actually like to make it my full-time job.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. I support you.
I support you.
Yeah.
Ralph does a lot of metal casting and recycling and reclaiming of materials from e-waste, right? That's what a lot of your stuff is.
I love making stuff out of garbage. I am currently in the process of, it's mentally built in my head, and I'm gathering the materials. And it is going to physically get built once I finish. I have to finish one project before I can allow the next project into the building phase, if that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah.
And one of my projects will be done this week, so this project's going to come in and take that one's void.
Oh, good.
I'm making a garbage dress. Another one.
Another garbage dress.
Another garbage dress.
Yes. This one's made out of like rotten lettuce and
the plastic that we wrap fabric in. So when we ship giant tubes of fabric, those plastic bags that those are shipped in.
Okay.
They're kind of a heavier plastic, and it's all the plastic stuff that we don't notice, you know?
There's a lot of it.
There's a lot of plastics involved in manufacturing that aren't even accounted for by the time you get a final product packaged in plastic. So, just things to think about, or what I think about. Ooh, Bernie Davis says Brooklyn style pizza with extra sauce, pepperoni, bacon, and chicken is my favorite.
Okay.
I love pizza. I love it in almost all of its forms, but I'm not sure I want to try his peanut butter pizza. PB&J.
Oh, good.
You can have the whole one to yourself.
Well, I don't put jelly on it. It's just peanut butter with the.
Well, you had a peanut butter jelly burger.
We're going to go do a peanut butter jelly burger, which will be the first time I've had a peanut butter and jelly burger. I've done peanut butter burgers before because Hamburger Mary's here in town used to do a peanut butter bacon cheeseburger. and that was good.
Yeah, I can see peanut sauce is working.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm skeptical about the pizza.
That's fine.
But you do you.
Okay.
I don't judge.
And I keep thinking about, Ashley and I talked about going out getting In-N-Out after the stream. It's like I keep checking. We're getting close to going for lunch, right?
Lunchtime. Yeah, Ralph Moore, indeed. Dumpster diving, scrapping, melting, and casting metals.
Nice.
I can appreciate. Oh, Nick Solis has a suggestion. Do the scream canister from Monsters, Inc. next.
I've had that suggestion a few times, and I like the idea. Yeah.
I want it to scream.
Right?
I know at Build-A-Bear you can record your own voice on the little Build-A-Bears.
Uh-huh.
I'm wondering if you can buy a scream. You
Kinda
know,
cool.
like, because if you can buy inserts for teddy bears and you can program to say your voice, like, or can you just buy an old Halloween toy that has a good scream on it that's like button or light activate? Anyways.
Actually, if I remember correctly, when the scream canister breaks open in the Monsters Incorporated movie, it's a pretty clean sound effect. It's just the scream because they're trying to make it dramatic. You should be able to pull the screen right out of the movie.
But is it copyrighted? No.
Yeah, it is. But, you know, if you're doing it for the cosplay and just that's no big deal.
Right?
If I'm going to put it into a little thing and then sell it on Etsy, oh no, now I'm in tons of trouble. Yeah, so that's not a big deal.
Yeah. Have you, Dan Does Chunks wants to know, have you ever tried making food out of foam and make it look extremely realistic? Like, it'd be hard to tell the difference when looking at it.
Yeah.
We did that at Smosh all the time.
Yeah, I've done that at Smosh, making like baby donuts and things. But at the same time, yeah, I've baked a cake, which is foam. I've baked bread, which is foam, and it looks extremely realistic, and I ate it.
You okay?
No, well, you cut a slice of bread. All the yeast is expanding. It's literally a foam.
There you go.
You know,
Okay. Duh.
On the top of my beer is a big foam head. It's foam.
Okay.
The top of a cappuccino is foam.
There you go.
Yeah, cake is foam.
It's a sponge.
It is a sponge.
Matt.
Matt.
Spinapolice.
What?
I'm butchering everybody's name equally.
Good.
Spinapolice.
Spinapolice.
Matt
Okay.
Spinapolice wants to know, will you be adding electronics to your Proton Packs?
Oh,
Just
heck yeah.
finished 3D printing pack with an Adreno powering lights and sounds in the pack and wand. That's awesome. So we plan on adding as many bells and whistles that we can. And after talking to Ben Eady, one of the priorities that we want to add to this, at least in the one of them, is a rumble pack and lights, possibly sound effects, but that's like the lowest on the tiers of effects. I think rumble pack, lights, sound effects is kind of like, we're going to see how many bells and whistles we can add to this. We're talking with the Baconics people to get things, all the lighting patterns figured out and having fun with that. So we're going to try and see how many bells and whistles we can really stick in this pack realistically. So
Looking forward to it.
yes, working on it. Even want to see if we can make a stream of some sort. So we'll see. Has anyone made the mistake of trying to eat food props? LOL. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Those fake apples are the best.
And then there's a whole other thing that's really weird when you're shooting video. You have food props, so you have artificial food that's a prop, but then you
have
also
food
have
props.
prop food, where you've got you've made your whatever and it's sitting out on the table under the lights, not in a temperature controlled area with everyone else in the room, and you have this food that you don't really want to eat 4 hours later.
Oh, I was thinking about food props, like when you had to make the poo that went down the hole, you made it out of the chocolate.
Oh yeah, that was fudge because that's what they asked for, but
And then it looked too realistic. Well, I'm
right.
sorry.
This is what you asked for.
It looks like shit. Well, you asked for
You
that.
asked for shit. And why would I just throw fudge just as is? That doesn't make
And
sense.
then my favorite vomit was the green.
Oh yeah, the green machine.
Yeah, that stuff tasted amazing.
Oh, yeah, Green Machine's good.
I loved it when we had vomit.
Yeah. So you always had to buy the big canister, so you had plenty of vomit. And as soon as the joke was over, then you had this canister of stuff that you could drink. Super sweet green.
Oh, it made the best fake.
Oh, it did.
Then you had some like chunks in there.
Not usually, but yeah.
No, but you can.
But you can.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things that the Green Machine vomit always.
It read well on camera.
It read well on camera, appeasing the algorithm. You get this green vomit, you know it's vomit, but it isn't actually disgusting. And same thing at Smosh. Every time they wanted to make a urine joke, it had to just be clear water. It couldn't have any color to it.
Yeah. All held the algorithm.
Yep.
Things to learn, right?
So I don't have. Am I at a? Yeah, number 2 will kind of work.
To
cut. So they're not.
Credit cards
like he used. He's got multiple gift cards. He sat 2 gift cards together. This is actually a little bit thicker. This is a full 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeter, but it's going to be fine. So what I'm doing is belching. And then I'm setting these on either side of the foam. If you want to do 4 maybe. Am I even on? Yeah, I'm on 4. So I've got on either side of the foam the pencil line. All I want to do is take, as we talked about it, come here, the 18 millimeter wide blade, and I'm going to just score, cut down until I hit the plastic on that side, hit the plastic on this side, and I'm going to stop, and I get
a bend.
I get a little cut segment, which is actually what's on the outside of the pack. And so the reason for using these on the other side of the foam is the depths are all going to be consistent. And I need to cut all 4 of them like that right now.
Louis Cassie says, add music and smoke kick. No smoke because we want it to be con friendly.
Right.
But I do love the way you think.
Yep. I have seen a pack with a smoke kick. That's pretty cool. So yeah.
It's a fun effect. It lights up well, and
yeah.
yeah.
It was part of the Ghostbusters group that was in San Diego, and he used vape pen smoke that smelled like marshmallow.
Yeah. And they also create smoke pencils, which are used for testing out exhaust systems in your car, which create a really good, powerful puff of smoke on a push of a button. So there are options. Mm-hmm. We have technology. I love living in the future. Yes. Bernie Davis says, Ben Eady just posted a fun video on customizing a toy to make it more movie accurate, which is awesome.
Awesome. I need to go watch more of Ben Eady's content.
Right.
There's a guy that loves his job and is enthusiastic.
Right?
Yeah, he's great.
So, Odin, can you make the new Batman mask?
You know, I suppose I could. I did look at that. It was interesting that it looked like it was leather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did have that leather.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like that whole outfit was made out of leather.
But it wasn't. But yeah.
Yeah, but it has that feel.
It does have that feel.
Even the way the cape drapes, I would use a vinyl. Like if I was to recreate that cape.
Right.
I would use vinyl over leather. I would use vinyl over satin. I would use a drapey vinyl 100% for that cape.
Okay.
To get it to drape and move and behave. And I would line it. But.
Yeah. Because that would help it drape and move, and you're adding a bit of weight with the lining.
Yeah, because you also add to the properties of your cape.
Yep.
When you add the lining. So if you need it to be a little bit stiffer, or if you need it to be more swooshy, or there's things you can do. But I would do it, the cape sounds interesting. And so does the helmet.
Yeah.
Dan Deschamps says, my Gundam cosplay backpack is almost done. The legs will be an ordeal since my ambitious stupidity want to be able to kneel in the suit. I shall be using wood, but gotta figure out how to go about it.
All right.
Are you going to be tubing platforms on the shoes? Because if you are, that's going to add another little bit level of dexterity you'll have to overcome in order to get to that knee.
Right. And you almost need to add platforms to a Gundam.
Yeah, to make the proportions right. That's what I'm imagining, because I'm like, that is a hazard in my red flags going off, going, uh-oh.
yeah.
Like, if we had to do that in a scene and the actor had to put that on and do that move, I would be stressing out until that scene was shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, we'd shoot it last so the costume to get hurt.
Well, I wasn't worried about the costume. I'm like, that's an ankle twister right there.
Well, yeah.
Just that move. I'd be more worried that I break the actor, and it'd be my fault.
No, that makes sense.
The costume can fall apart, but I know you're like, no, my costume.
Well, no, it's on a production, something that's going to endanger something. To have the costume break, all 25 people are now standing around waiting on me to fix the thing. So if it's going to be that type of a thing, I'd rather have it towards the end of the shoot. So it's that was more what I'm thinking, not screw the actor. But screw Shane.
Oh, I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, no, Shane's great.
Yeah, because you knew it would be him that would have to do it. And he's also the, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the real issue is going to be the trying to get down from the platform than it is because your knee jointing, the way Odin made his suit, trying it on, I had a lot of motion. Like, I feel like I could really do a lot of, because the knee joints weren't an issue.
No.
Because there is no knee joint. It's just a piece and a piece, and the...
Well, there is a knee joint on the sides. All the knee joint in the costume is there for is to keep the calf and the thigh from twisting the wrong way.
Yeah.
And the knee joint is cut just like a medical knee brace. Basically, it's a double joint. It's like it's kind of a dog bone where you have a piece that comes up and a piece that comes down, and then there's a pivot here and a pivot here, so it bends, and you're not just one spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have mobility issues with my knees. I had mobility issues with my head.
Yep.
Because there was literally something from here to here blocking the chin.
Yep.
But if I went up and up and over, I could get over it. And my arms, I had this motion here, like I could only go this high in all directions.
Yep.
But the knees were surprisingly flexible.
The elbows should have been okay.
However, the hardest mobility issue of that suit was the feet.
Yep.
Because you're on a platform, a wider platform than your actual physical foot, which affects your gait, your walk, and all of that. It just throws it off in the first place. It adds weight. And then it's like you have a stage you're constantly taking with you, platform.
Yep.
Moving around. That's the hardest part, is the weight and bulk on your feet in moving, in trying to get down on your knee, trying to lift your legs. That is where the hardest part of that costume to move in is the feet. So if you took that off, you can jump around.
Yep.
Yeah. So good luck with it.
Jump around.
I hope that helps. Odin's knee joints are pretty good. From what, there were no mobility issues with the knee joint. The mobility issue I foresee is the platform, because that is just waiting to twist your ankle.
Yeah. The shoes caused Joe, even though they're giant feet and there's a whole bunch of stuff to stand on, he tripped over a seam in the carpet. It's that kind of me. Nothing was around him at all. The toe caught on something on the carpet, and Joe went down.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
you're used to lifting your foot up so much, but there's so much underneath you, you're not necessarily lifting your... Yes.
Yeah.
I've taught many people how to walk in platform boots, and your friend Rob.
Yeah. Rob would love platform shoes, I'm sure.
I got in trouble because I put him in platform boots for the My Sister's House charity.
Okay.
And they're like, no, he can't, you're going to break him, because he kept falling, but he insisted on the boots because they were fabulous.
Yes, that's Rob.
Yes, no, and I agreed.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, you're going to get me in trouble because they told me not to give you the platforms. He's like, shh, I saw nothing. And then? Next day, why'd you give him the platform boots? Well, because they looked fabulous and he wanted them, but he can't move in them. Well, no, but
fabulous.
Fabulous, yes. They're dangerous.
Yeah.
And those platform boots were meant for walking. They have that curve. So you know how you said Joe got hooked on the carpet? There's a natural curve in big platform boots
Yes.
so that you have that roll through.
Yes.
Because that
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah, because that happens. The Gundams don't. The Gundams, because the way
They're flat.
They're flat, but then instead of having this natural roll through so you can have your normal walk, it actually slants outwards because that's the way the mecha's
shoe
drawn.
walks, yeah. Doesn't make for practical walking. But
No.
I went off on a whole tangent. Hope you guys
That's okay.
Yeah. Practicalities of wearing these things. Who needs to be practical?
Practical.
Felicia, do you mean Joe's Gundam suit? Yes.
Yeah.
But
Joe's
I
Gundam
have
suit.
experience wearing it, so it's not my Gundam suit. It's
No, but
the-
you have
Yeah.
had a chance to wear it. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Matt, Spin a Police wants to know how often you go back and modify or change completed props. I find myself constantly looking at things I made and going, this needs X or Y changed.
I
Never.
can pretty much never, but that's because I'm in a different time frame. I have, in the 90s, we made Gwar costumes. And for 6 years, we would modify, improve, rebuild, and we got some really good Gwar costumes at the end of it because it was done for Halloween every year. And then a few other chances when we could, we'd wear them. At this point, I'm putting out a video every week. No, I'm never going back and looking at a previous prop. I will look at a previous prop and think about how I can do something better for a different build coming up. But no.
Yeah, I have a hard time going back in the future and digging up old problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't often go back and fix things. I will probably live with my mistake and work around my mistake.
Yes, I do that a lot too.
More than just going back and just fixing it sometimes. Yeah, I'm that ridiculous. Because if it can be fixed with a safety pin, why rip it open again? Bernie Davis wants to know, would the Gundam build be used for a reference to build a Megazord cosplay? It could be. You still have messed up proportions, so it's a start.
The Megazord is better
tiny
than
head.
Gundam. It's a tiny head, but the Megazord was actually a costume.
So somebody physically
So somebody
did
physically was
actually
in
wear
it,
it.
whereas the Gundam is strictly animation.
Yeah.
And it's 70s animation with this, the original one, with the super stretched out legs. That was very much the style of the late 60s,
Heads.
early 70s.
The platforms.
Yep.
Yeah, so. Yes, you can use it as a jumping off point.
Yeah, we totally could. The next Power Rangers build is not going to be a Megazord. It'll be Pink Ranger or potentially Rita's staff. So those are the things coming up shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah. When? I don't know. This week's build's going to be more Lego, and then I want to make Mjolnir's hammer. So
Yeah.
well, Mjolnir is a hammer. I want the God of War version of Mjolnir. So yeah.
Yeah, so. Eventually.
Eventually.
Nick Solis, make a Harry Potter one next.
Make Harry Potter.
Here, let me go grab a stick. Here you go.
Thank you.
It has a
It's got a graphite core. It's a monomolecular graphite core that conducts electricity.
Could you make the Dragon Slayer from Berserk?
I could. I've been looking at that recently, and that is another thing that will happen in this year. My stopping point right now is right in the middle of looking at putting this thing together. One of my patrons, who is a security guard at an NHL hockey rink, I think it's NHL. It might actually be Canadian, in which case it's not NHL. Anyway, at a hockey rink, has a stack of broken hockey sticks. And as I look at the hockey stick and the end of the hockey stick, it's like, yeah, this is the core for the Berserk sword. Easy. And so I'm kind of waiting for the hockey sticks to show up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I was little, my mom wanted to do pumpkin bowling with us, and she just asked the bowling alley if they had old
Bowling pins.
bowling pins, and they just gave them to her. They're like, here you go.
Yeah.
Here's a box of them, and they weren't even half bad, you know?
Right, but there's probably a certain... They won't pass a safety inspection because they have a bowling pin shatter in the machine. Is going to be a much bigger problem than buying a new bowling pin.
Yeah, but it worked for pumpkins.
No,
I always
yeah,
thought that
totally.
was, like, super cool.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
If you don't ask,
Right?
I can't tell you no. No.
That's a different.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Moon Eyes is talking about cosplay height and 40K, as was mentioned earlier. Apparently, Moon Eyes 2K has linked an amazing video on our Discord. And so, what am I making a Terminator? So, the Terminator is a type of specialized space marine in 40K, as opposed to a endoskeleton that fits inside of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I was thinking the other one, so I'm glad you clarified.
Okay, yeah. Or technically speaking, Mechagodzilla was a Terminator, right? It was a robot hiding inside of a Godzilla skin. The Terminator is Space Marines are like 8 feet tall. They're like the bulkier version of the Spartans from Halo. At the moment, I'm not planning on making Space Marine armor. Not against it, but that is not something on the current horizon.
Not on the list of eventualities.
Not on the list of eventualities. Space Marines have the same issue that the Gundams do in a way where they are genetically modified superhumans bred specifically for war, so they don't have our modern human proportions. You know, you're super tall, extra long legs again, and then the broad shoulders. You're wearing this power armor that's 4 or 5 feet wide. Well, my arms don't fit out there. People do it. It's doable. There's some really, really good power armor cosplay. It's not something that's imminent for me. Yeah.
Nimblue says, if you make Harry Potter ones, you could have a logo. Odin Vanders, like Ollivanders.
Like Ollivanders, it's Odin Vanders.
Make a quality wand since 3 hours into the future. Yeah. We have about 10 minutes before we have to go.
So I'm probably not going to start gluing, but I'm looking at stuff.
Through step 10 and on to step 11.
Yeah, the grain elevator got
to our
built.
thought battables. Sorry. So you crossed that one out. Okay.
Yep.
Edge strips meet here arrow on the foam part of the. That's that part. This part.
Oh.
Edge strips meet here.
Okay.
Is that part.
Gotcha.
So, we will be doing that.
We'll be doing that next week.
Next week. Yes. On the pattern, there's an edge strip meets here. Foam
Probably
bubble.
should look into sandwiching these between a couple pieces of
So
wood
that
for
they
the
can be
next week.
flattened for next week. Yeah, because they're definitely curved the way we've been storing them.
Right. Well, it's also.
We can also put them on the bottom of the box with the weight on top of them so that they're stored like that.
A little more, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Let's see if I do it like this or here. Now I'm dead mouse.
Bernie Davis, working on the Cyclotron spacers, I see. Fun.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
that's next week. We will be doing this. If I could talk.
If you can talk.
If I can. Gotta bend it the other way so that it unbends.
Well, right. It is the best way to store and sell and retail is to roll them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I just.
There's a natural curve to the foam.
Yep.
Tortillas too.
Tortillas too.
Yeah, because the way you cook it, like when they get made and
Oh,
formed, there's
okay.
a natural curve to a tortilla because there's the first side to hit the pan and then there's second side.
Okay.
So I feel like when you're cooking something, even foam. Oh, look it, we're going to have big pieces next week. Yes.
Yes.
We will have something that looks like a pack. Hopefully, knock on wood. Yes. Everything all flat and nice in there.
Pretty much, yeah. I still think I'm going to take these and put them
Over
against a hardwood with
Yeah.
something hard on top of it, and not in a cardboard box that isn't quite as.
Yeah, because it will make. But we're saying this on film because last time we did this on the Witcher project, we lost those pieces because we completely forgot that we had them put to the side, flattening out.
Yep.
We recut
Totally
them
forgot.
and then found them a while later. So there is proof These are going over there to be squished flat. Yes.
I'm going through there.
Hi.
Well, I suppose I'm let's see. So I'm packing things up in a box. I don't quite need to pack things up in a box. We can. So we've got a pack. We've got. So which order does this go? It goes this way, right? And this goes here. And then we have this piece that fits somewhere there-ish. With a grain elevator. I'm actually not sure where the grain elevator goes. And we have this piece.
Pull up the photo reference image.
Does the grain elevator go here? No. All the Ghostbuster fans are just screaming at me right
Laughing
now.
at you.
Yeah. Perfect. I thought so. What? Yeah, okay. So yeah, it does go up here.
Well, I don't know that phone number. Okay. Don't worry, we're live.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, that piece fits in that piece.
Yep.
Hopefully we cut them right?
Hopefully.
Let's give them camera 2 or
Yeah, camera 2's fine.
so they can kind of see a little bit better.
Kind of see a little bit better. We can scoot it around to be the right orientation, and maybe it'll work better on camera 4.
Camera 4?
Yeah.
All right.
But we're working on the. So this is still just the bits and pieces stacked up, but
It's starting to look like something for
It's starting-
reals, and
yes.
that is the good part, because it always looks worse before it looks better.
right. So yeah. This is what's happening next week.
Yes. So
Yes,
it's happening.
it's happening.
It's a lot of cutting.
It's a lot of cut. Well, it's a complicated thing, which, going back, is why I haven't done this before on the channel. I like doing something that happens in a week, and this isn't a
This
1
is
week build.
not a 1 week build. If
No.
somebody can make this in a week,
Well, if somebody
I
can
would
make,
be very
yeah,
impressed.
Not just make it a week, but make a video about it in a week, and make a video at a point that somebody else can work from it within a week. Chris at Lost Wax Oz, 3 episodes to get this part done. 2 episodes to get the neutrino wand done. Yeah.
And I must praise him for the detail.
Oh, he's done a fantastic job with the patterns. Yeah.
The patterns have made it so much easier to make somebody else's project, because I don't know how many times I've started a project and looked up 12 different YouTube videos on how other people have done the project, and then went and did my own way anyways,
Right.
which is still kind of what we're going to do, because that's what we're going to do.
Right.
But it's been so easy to this point.
Yeah.
Great instructions, so thank you. Punk Productions, the grain elevator goes above where you have it, the blue strip. And we have Bryce New saying, I'm part of the South Dakota Ghostbusters and I'm a disabled cosplayer. You have inspired me to make my own pack and
Sweet.
hang off the back of my wheelchair.
Well, yeah,
That
you
is
should.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like they had the Proton Pack built into the car.
Right.
And the fact that they stole the tube from that one to work on the other one, I feel like I would see if I could work that into the,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes, you should.
have fun, make props and messes.
Make costumes. Make crazy mashups of things that you like, or things that you think would be funny with things that you like. Yeah, that's some of the fun stuff with cosplay.
I want a Slimer balloon to run
That's
around with.
not a bad plan. Yeah.
Just like a helium Slimer balloon running
Right.
around. Like
Just tied to your belt, and it's just right behind you.
my
Yeah.
shoulder, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. What,
Yeah.
do they have Slimer balloons?
Like I'd want a Mylar one.
Yeah.
Like, would you have to commission it? Or could you just, I don't know. I don't make Mylar balloons, but I just,
Yeah, I haven't tried to make a Mylar balloon, but that's.
yeah, but I feel
I
like
wouldn't
you
be
can,
surprised if you could get a Slimer balloon, but maybe not right now.
Not yet.
Balloon manufacturers, we want a Slimer balloon. And what's nice is a ghost, so I'm not too worried about its size.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be John Belushi size. It just needs to be recognizable as Slimer.
I like those balloons that they have that go around, like, that you can buy for parties where, like, they're the size of, like, a mini mascot and they just kind of float around your house walking like the dogs.
Right.
Or, like...
They have the crepe paper feet. And just,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen them, like, with Spider-Man and Superman at, like, Party City and stuff.
Okay.
And I always wanted a reason to get them, but I also didn't want to spend $20 on a balloon.
Right.
Because I don't need it.
Don't need $20 balloons.
Yes.
James Hall, hi, y'all.
James! Hi, James! How are you doing? I love you. Love your show. Yes.
Yes.
You're my favorite, James. Yeah.
Matt is just chiming in saying, yeah, Proton Packs, they're a slog to make. His 3D printed one took 2 months to put together.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. It's a puzzle. So not only are we putting the puzzle together,
right.
we're cutting out the pieces of our puzzle, and hopefully they fit together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But it is 2 o'clock. And I know that we both have something scheduled again today. This can happen a lot. We pretty much need to do a hard out at 2 o'clock on Mondays anymore.
Yeah.
At least but you know, not a big deal. I want to thank all of you for spending your time with us, spending your Monday with us, having a lot of fun doing this.
Yes. Thank you. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, Ralph, for popping in. Thank you, James Hall, for popping in. Thank you, Moon Eyes 2K and Ionolith, and I could keep going, but
Steve
I'll forget
D.
everyone. Steve D. Shady for the 2 super chats.
Yes. We
Yes.
got all our friends here, and thank you for being here with us.
And thank you to the Irish Mafia.
And all future people watching this, too. Thank you.
So the Irish Mafia is Jerry Rig Props and Ben and Lynch, the 2 guys that are a lot of fun because they always team up on Among Us, which is the next live stream. So this Friday, I'm going to be playing with a number of my Patreon friends, playing Among Us. So if you want to get in on that game, check out patreon.com/OdinMakes. I'll try and get the other URL to work as well. And look for Discord access. That'll get you into the Discord room. That'll get you the room code, and you could jump in and play Among Us with us and be part of the live stream. So please, you know, it's having a lot of fun. Just ask Miss Mary Mac. But for now, I think we're finished with our Monday live stream. And thank you guys very much. Patrons get to see us 45 minutes early, and super thank you to all the Patreons because your Patreon support pays the rent for here in the studio where I'm recording. I'm actually in a building; it's not my garage, and I honestly couldn't do it without that support. So thank you guys a whole lot.
And all of you that just watch the views.
Yeah.
We're here because of you too.
We're here because of you too.
So
just watching is a huge plus too. Subscribing helps. All
Liking's
these little
free
things.
and is very much appreciated.
Yeah.
But
all praise the algorithm.
all hail the algorithm. Yeah, you have some penance to do. You missed a couple videos.
Yes, yeah.
Gotta get back onto that.
I got sick. I could get back onto that. Yep.
Dang humanity.
Right. It's like missing your hundreds of days streak on Duolingo. It's like, oh.
Right.
I was good for a couple of years. All right.
Here, I'll change this.
Okay. I just know it's 2 o'clock, so I kind of need to.
Yeah, I have to
actually
leave
work on it.
at 2 o'clock.
Well, it is 2 o'clock.
Yeah, so I have
So,
to go.
thank you all very much. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.